And welcome everybody to another edition of your favorite live streaming wrestling podcast on the internet today. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tooney Talk Wrestling, and I am, of course, your host for the evening. I am steering this ship. I am Aka Dis, aka Dis. I was thinking about adding some music in the background, but it overlapped with the intro. I'm going to throw it back on here. Tell me what you guys think, because I like having it's something nice that we've done for This Is Awful. You know, get a little beats going in the background so that during the quiet moments, you can if we're not talking like this, watch. I'm going to stop and think about what I'm going to say next. It wasn't silent. See? So we'll see how it's going to work. But right now, I cannot do this show on my own, of course. So let me bring in my panel, and I will start with this one. Circle of sound, tensions ignite. Jake takes on the chaos, the verbal fight. Nice guy dropping pins on wrestling nights. Most famous on Tooney Talk, owning the mic. Light, and he's Jewish. Alt Jake from Alt Jake Takes On. How are you doing tonight,
Hello,
sir?
my friend. I am good. This early evening now with Phoenix moving into Pacific time, and it's now 5 o'clock my time instead of 6, man. I was wolfing down food trying to make this work. We're good, but it's gonna be a little bit of a rough change for me for the next couple of weeks, I think.
Dude, I 100% feel you.
Right, it's 1 hour, but it makes so much difference.
It's such a dumb thing. I'm done with daylight savings. That's what this show's about now. Forget everything else. Let's change the thumbnail. We're going to be bitching about daylight savings.
Right. We're the anti-daylight savings show. Why are we still doing this?
I don't understand. Yeah, well, let's bring Awful in. We're all going to complain about daylight savings together.
He's old and he's cranky in his favorite chair, yelling at the TV with a grumpy glare. He's always on, he's losing his mind. Online trolls talking trash, man, he's not kind. But we love our Awful, through the grumps and the growls. Everybody shout it now. That's Awful.
Awful Wrestling, here, large and in charge, live, and I can't rhyme that. Well,
in your face.
I was gonna say live and talking jive, but I feel like that might have been.
I couldn't do that. I can't. Awful could say that. I couldn't say that.
Hello, gentlemen. Hello, chat. Hello, everybody.
The chat seems to be getting a little verklempt for our friend Jake.
Yeah.
They
Well, thank you. I mean, that the AI made me look a little better. It is what I look like. It's just I'm not. When he flexes the biceps, my biceps don't bicep like that. But other than that, it doesn't have that. I don't have that. But
anytime you put wrestling into an AI video, everyone becomes muscular, and I'm like, you don't know what wrestling fans look like.
Right.
Like, you clearly don't know what wrestling fans are.
I didn't think about that. That makes a ton of sense. That's funny.
So, Awful, what's your hot take on daylight savings time, sir?
I've really got no hot take on this. See, I have no notes for that. So
I didn't.
So I'm lost in the sauce on this one. But no, I've got no problem with daylight savings time. Not a problem. I said I've got no problem with daylight savings time. I mean, they want the sun up to be around. They want it to be at 6:30 forever. So that's what they're getting. At least here on the East Coast.
I think it's stupid because I don't like change. So
I'm not going to argue with you.
I've lived in places
People
like
hop out of here.
Phoenix and Arizona is the weird state that we don't do daylight savings. We just switch our time zone. I've done that more of my life than I have, but I've also lived in LA and Boston, a couple other places. So I've done the daylight savings thing with I'm with this. It's just dumb. We don't need it anymore. We all have cell phones with universal time. Like it's archaic, but it is what it is. I know for when I lived in Boston and it would get dark at like 4:15. That sucked. I hated that.
Well, I get
Viva la EST.
What? I get the idea that you don't want it to like be sunny at 10, which would happen here. There'd be parts of the summer where the sun was up at 10 o'clock at night. And so I guess I kind of get it. It's just annoying. I don't like having it twice a year. I got to change. I got like a clock over the stove that doesn't change automatically. I got to do that. It's such a hassle, I swear. Anyway,
he's got like an old rotating one with the clicks.
So you want the whole nation to come to wake up at like 9 a.m. from Pennsylvania to California?
I want to wake up at 8 a.m. But I don't want 8 a.m. to suddenly be 7 a.m. or 9 a.m. What do you...
Okay.
Chats. Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, daylight saving time. I'm sorry. I apologize.
They're saving daylight.
Which is why we don't do it in Phoenix. We don't need to save any daylight. We got plenty of it.
It must be really weird in Phoenix though, because you got everyone else in the world is doing it. You don't do it. It's probably just as bad for you, right?
Yeah, this is the one that sucks. Like the other part of the year where like all of a sudden 8 a.m. becomes 9 a.m. It's not so bad. But yeah, this part, like Raw last night being on at 5 o'clock is just awful. Like I don't have time. Yeah, exactly. That's I lived in LA for a few years and like in Pacific time, like when sports start at 7 p.m. Eastern, that's 4 o'clock your time. It's nice when they end early, but just like making your schedule around stuff is just a little annoying. But we make it work.
You're gonna have to watch Dynamite at like midnight now. That's terrible.
Anytime I watch Dynamite, it's terrible, but we do it. We power through for our live shows.
So I just want to give a shout out real quick. You and Cumia, there was a death in his family last night. So I wanted to say that obviously I said it in the chat, our thoughts and prayers are with Ewan and his family, a big supporter of the show. And I hope that we can bring him some laughs tonight. Maybe have a little fun in this time. But yeah, I just thought that we should comment on that, and we will move on here. So, as you can see,
take care, Ewan.
Yes, as you can see from the thumbnail, there's been a lot going on in AEW. There's been a whole merger with not a merger, it's a buyout. It's a hostile buyout with Paramount going after WB, right? That's what 30 other hostile. Jake, you sounded like you were in a cup. Are you in a cup?
What? No. Sorry, I'm still eating, so I was back.
Okay.
I'm trying to like mute myself and eat where I have a chance to.
Gotcha. No, yeah. So awful. I know you have thoughts about. We got into it a little tiny bit over on This Is Awful on Saturday, right. But this is not what you thought would happen, right? You were in the Netflix.
Yeah, this wasn't in the cards. I never thought there'd be like a whole network shakeup, but none of us did back in at least 2023. I mean,
yeah. I'm talking about like last year.
Oh well, yeah. Listen, again, like I said on This Is Awful, I'm deferring to Nicola Piccolo, and I know I sent you guys, at least in the back chat, one of his long tweets that explained this in great detail. And essentially, this does not give what AEW is going through right now. It doesn't give them any leverage. Their new myaew.com site doesn't give them any sort of leverage. It's a direct, by Nicola Piccolo's words, direct to consumer, which cuts out the entire middleman of getting advertising. Really, those close to Tony Khan. Can I read this, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure. Wrestle Purist.
This completely it goes against what you're saying. Tony Khan is thrilled about this. So
yeah.
Isn't he always?
Those close to Tony Khan, like the janitor and the valet parking guy, and the lady who does his videos.
Yeah, Zinni.
Those close to Tony Khan say that he was thrilled when the news came out about the proposed Paramount purchase of WBD, feeling this was the best possible scenario for him. No, the best possible scenario for him would have probably been to stick around with WBD for another 6-7 years.
No, he was thrilled. He was bouncing off during the thing. He was bouncing
you're a
off
robot,
the walls.
bro.
He was.
Okay.
Well, I'm a robot. Am I back?
Yeah,
You were,
back.
but you're back now. Yeah.
Okay, that's because I tried to play a sound effect and it did not work. So we're not going to do that again. Tony's bouncing off the wall. Celebrate good. He was so happy.
He's so excited. He just can't hide it.
Yeah.
when it was announced that Paramount was taking over WBD, because he had such a great relationship with WBD, and he had lots of friends, not the ones that moved to Canada, the bad guys that told him that he couldn't have Jay Briscoe on, but the other friends, his close personal friends in they talked him up to Paramount. Paramount loves him. Paramount was like, I cannot wait to. They're buying WBE just to work with Tony Khan. I don't know if you knew that.
And the Jaguars.
They wanted some of that sweet Jaguar money.
Yeah.
They were ready. This is
this big time like Jacksonville.
Yeah, Paramount finally made it. Because they can be with Tony Khan in AEW, and they don't need TKO. I heard they're going to drop UFC. I heard that's going out the window. They're picking up Ring of Honor to replace UFC. No problems there. No, I don't understand how he can believe that. By the way, if there's any question as to why they made the fat white man stop making all the other fat white people chant F ICE during every show, this is your reason.
Right.
Paramount does not play like that. I mean, they did let South Park. They just, the thing is though, is that Tony Khan, he's not South Park, right? Like he can't get away with that. Or he can, maybe he can, because he's thrilled. I can't believe. How can you paint the picture that Tony Khan is thrilled with this, that it's going to happen?
Because he's not. This is third-hand information given to us by way of Dave Meltzer, an emissary for fucking AEW to begin with. But he actually was quoted as saying more people with access to AEW than ever before will be able to watch under this Paramount umbrella, and I don't believe that shit to be true at all.
I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong technically.
Yeah, sure. Only on paper, because it's a lot more people subscribe to Paramount than they would WBD. But okay, does that mean that they're going to ultimately just run to AEW? And Paramount's going to treat them like absolute shit because they don't know. I mean, who in Paramount is going to know anything about professional wrestling to be like, yeah, we should keep them around and they'll build our portfolio in the sports, in the sports folder? I don't see that happening.
Well, there were all those people. I don't know if if you go online, you go read the forums, you read the YouTube comments. In every AEW show, it was, please move to Paramount Plus. I've been sitting on Paramount Plus for years, and because I can only afford one, and I like Yellowstone. But I would want nothing more than to see AEW. And if you come, that's probably why. I can't make. I'm trying to figure out a way to make this make sense, and it just doesn't make sense. So this is not. There's Jake. Is this good for Tony Khan? Can you come up with one way that this is good for AEW or Tony Khan?
No, not at all. And he's trying to use that Dave argument of, well, because can be available to more people, that's a good thing. It's like, just because it's available to them doesn't mean they want to use it. It's not means anybody's gonna watch it. And Paramount, like Awful said, they don't know anything about it. They're just going to look straight at the numbers. What are they doing for ratings? What are they doing for houses? What money are they bringing in? And it's minuscule at best and negative at worst. So there's just no chance that this is any good. And that's why they did the direct-to-consumer app, because they know in the back of their mind that that's what it's going to be. They're going to lose HBO Max. Paramount Plus isn't going to carry it. Yeah. They want their pay-per-views, and eventually probably Dynamite too. We'll all be on that.
Wait. Are you talking about myaew.com, sir?
Is that what it's called?
Is that what you're referring to? My AEW, the new AEW service that has a fast channel on it, and you can watch all of Ring of Honor and AEW. This is for international only, by the way. Let's see what Dave has to say about that. The new AEW service looks to me as something they are setting up as a replacement for Triller, which has major financial issues. I'm glad he finally got the notice.
Really?
Triller had major financial issues.
3 years too late there, Dave.
I believe that we talked about Triller's financial issues on episode 2 of Tooney Talk Wrestling. This has nothing to do with the U.S. television station. Nothing to do with the U.S. This service is not even available in the U.S. because the contract with WBD would not allow it to be available in the U.S. So anyone who thinks that this is it has anything to do with the U.S. or Paramount service or anything like that, why is it in U.S. dollars?
Right. Exactly. I didn't know that part of it because I've only seen a little bits and pieces of it, and I've seen this graphic, and I've seen people talking about it like it's going to be available anyway. And so even if it's not available in the US, that just means people are going to get VPNs and use it and take away from WBD or Paramount or any.
I mean, okay, I will say that seems like something you would do. Now, I don't know. Have you tried to do that with Netflix?
I have not.
It's not easy, right? Like people make it sound like it's super easy, but you have to go on to Netflix. You have to buy a. What's it called? An international, like an account from whatever country you're going to be watching it from.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, because they definitely make it seem like you can just switch your country in the app, where all of a sudden I'm in US and now I'm in Algeria or something.
I did hear someone say that if you go all the way to like the highest tier of Netflix, that it is a little bit looser about that, but it's not a 1-to-1. It's not everyone gets it, and I've tried to do it before because. When they moved to Netflix, of course, the first thing I was like, well, hey, you know what? Maybe I can just watch this. But no, it's not that easy. You have to actually go and get the account on your VPN. So basically, at that point, you kind of have to have 2 Netflix accounts, right? Because if you don't, then you can't really watch it on your TV unless you get a whole house VPN. And if you get a whole house VPN just for Netflix, you might as well pay for Netflix with how expensive it is, right?
It's just
so it's not really as good or as easy to do as people say. But I do want to show you something here. I bought a subscription to myaew.com. And here's my order summary.
Great.
$7.99. I paid for that subscription.
The things we do for our content, man.
I went to. All I did, I have Opera. I use whenever I need to use a VPN, I have Opera browser because that has a built-in VPN. So I went to Opera and I did it, and I say it showed me the U.S. price points.
Sure.
It let me put in a U.S. address as my billing address. It let me use a U.S. credit card to purchase it with, and I started watching Collision on that, and I go, I'm curious, and I copy and pasted it, and then I took it over into my Google browser or into Chrome that has no VPN, and I closed down Opera, and I pasted it in there, and guess what? I could watch it, and I found out it was because as long as you're once you have the account bought, as long as you're signed in to my AEW with the account that you bought it on,
right?
You can watch anything they have on their thing. You can watch the live streams if you want. You can watch Ring of Honor. Anything that you want to watch, you can watch it for $7.99. Well, not the pay-per-views, because as we saw here,
right.
The pay-per-views are $19.99 a month. So if you want to get the streaming service with the pay-per-views and everything like that, you have to pay $19.99 a month. $19.99 a month. $7.99 get you access to Dynamite, Collision, and Honor Club, because nobody cares about Ring of Honor. But which
the AEW TV archive though.
Oh yeah, that's exciting. Well, that's what I was watching right when I did it. So I had full access to Ring of Honor. All I had to do was open up Opera, pull it up, and then copy and paste the link over into my Chrome browser. And then I could watch whatever I wanted. So I could stream it on my TV. I could do it as long as I had that link and I was signed in to the website, then it's no problem. But remember, this is not intended for American audiences. This has because as Dave said here, you saw what he said. He said that this has nothing to do with the US. The contract with WBD would not allow it to have anything to do with the US. But it seemed pretty easy to get it done and pretty cheap. So you're Paramount. You're coming into the situation. You're looking at what AEW has to offer, and you're wanting them to they're wanting you to put them on your streaming service and the pay-per-views and whatnot. But they offer it for half the price on their own. Do you think you're going to be very happy about that?
And the Paramount powers that be are going to, with a fine-tooth comb, look for issues just like what you described. Yeah. They're going to find it, and they're going to be like, no, wait a second. You guys are double dipping.
Yeah. Well, you wonder maybe they just like somebody in AEW, like they know that the Paramount deal is going to be the end of them being on TBS, TNT, whatever. Right. So are they just ready to hit the switch so it is legal, like technically legal in America? Like, obviously, it's easy to do it with a little bit of effort, but is that because they just have to click one switch and it will be available to all of us? And this is how you're going to have to watch AEW? Because it's either this or YouTube. Like, they're not going to get another network that's any value at all, I don't think.
Yeah, I think Jake just said the quiet part out loud, right?
Whoops.
Like, this is positioning for the future. This is because they know that they have a much less chance of getting a TV deal now that I said it before. I said that Netflix is more likely because if they sold to Netflix, if WB sold to Netflix, that would not have anything to do with Discovery. Okay.
Yeah.
They didn't want TNT. They didn't. So it might have hurt their streaming stuff, but I mean, okay, so they lose 30,000 people a week. It's not a big deal. We all know that most of their viewers are on TNT. So they'd probably just bring back Discovery Plus and throw it on there, and then you would have your AEW. There was not going to be an issue if Netflix bought it unless someone else picked up the television networks that didn't want AEW. But as we kind of deduced from everything, Paramount had no interest in just the networks. They wanted the whole thing.
Right, which is still why I think WBD would have rather sold there. WBD didn't want to sell what Netflix wanted and then have to figure out what to do with the rest of it. That was like you said, they could bring back Discovery Plus. There was like either Discovery Global or Discovery World was talked about it being like their new app, but I just felt like they were just like, this is what we can do if this goes through. But they didn't want that. They just wanted to get rid. You're not going to do like a yard sale and like, well, I don't really want to sell, the chairs with the table. I just want to sell the chairs. You just want to sell the whole thing. Just take it all. Man.
Right.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I just see no value between the $19.99. Sure, you say $40, $19.99 and $119.99. You get the same exact things. There's nothing more on the annual tier than there is on the monthly tier. So, you pay for 1 month, and I mean for the entire year, like $20 rather than being, saddled with $120 bill for like, I don't even know how you would what you could even do to dress that up. I was thinking like maybe you have to like destroy all of your social media and put everything on that tier. You know what I mean? Like all your content, all your little fucking PR moves that you do on Twitter or Instagram or whatever. You just throw that shit all on the annual thing. That may be the only thing that could make it more valuable.
Well, I mean, it is like half price.
Yeah, no, it's like because I didn't even realize it was that. I didn't look at that part of it. So it's $19.99 a month or the $120 for the year. Like, why wouldn't you just do if you're gonna watch it?
But that's the whole thing. We know that a lot of people aren't going to watch it. They're going to,
right.
They're not going to pay $119 a year. I don't care how glamorous that price looks. $19.99. You could pay that. What? If you want to see your top 3 wrestling pay-per-views for AEW, you pay $60, and that's that. No one's going to spend. No one's going to. No, it's just not.
Okay,
happening.
here's the main thing. Here's the main thing about it. You're asking people to buy a service that they can only access on their computer, right?
Right.
So you're telling them that they have to spend $19.99 a month or $120 a year to go to your computer and watch pay-per-views. At that point, if you're already going to your computer and you're an AEW fan, how are you getting your pay-per-views? Are you gonna say, sure, I'm more than happy to pay you $120 a year to get 7 pay-per-views or however many pay-per-views they do? Are you going to do that, or are you just going to continue doing what you've been doing for the past 7 years and go to one of the many
pirate chips?
Hey, we don't talk about that here. I don't know. I'm joking, Jake.
But yeah, if you're already halfway there to doing it, what's the difference at that point? You already have to connect your laptop to your TV to get it to, if you want to. Like, you're already halfway there to it. Why wouldn't you just go all the way?
Jake ruined my punchline. I was just looking for that.
Any excuse, but yeah, it's just. Yeah, like the whole thing is just silly. And that's why it's funny. I hadn't heard until you said it that this was supposed to be international only, because I'm blocked by Dave and I don't go out searching for him. I don't care. I'd rather laugh at it live with you guys. And
really.
I definitely thought it was setting up, like that it was already set up for the US as the option of, like, because they know it's happening.
Well, like I said, the image right here says all you need to know. Why would they have this image in dollar amounts?
Right. If not in rand,
not in
or
rand,
rupees,
not in
like do it in euros if you wanted to. Euros or pounds,
right.
Yeah. At least make it try.
Bitcoin. I mean, anything. Okay. At least you know what? At least Bitcoin. At least if you did it in Bitcoin, it'd be like a dog whistle, right? Because at that point, it's like, well, this is what's available, and not saying you have to pay in Bitcoin, but I'm talking about the publicity thing you put on the front. If you put it in Bitcoin, at least then it's like we're worldwide,
Yeah.
And then you can at least pretend like you're not going for an American audience. They are clearly going for an American audience on this. There's no other way to look at it when you have the dollar amount on your. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. You know what? I'm not a genius. I'm a high school educated man. I had some college. I didn't graduate from college. Maybe I'm not very worldly. The only time I've ever been outside the country was when I went to Mexico on a cruise. Maybe there's other places in the world that their main currency is the US dollar. Is that
okay?
Can anybody tell me the other place in the world where they use the US dollar?
In Australia, they use the dollar sign for them, but like they know when you're outside of Australia, they put like it's either like the A or the AU and then the dollar sign. But in Australia, they use the dollar sign, but it's for the Australian dollar.
Well, I paid $7.99. Is the Australian dollar 100% equal to the American dollar?
I'm gonna go with no, but if someone wants to super chat from Australia, let us know. We'll figure it out.
Travis says Canada. I've gotten super chats from Canada, and it's in toonies and loonies, sir. So
it's the CA with the money sign. Like, it's the same kind of thing as Australia. Yeah.
So I'm just saying. There's no reason for what we're looking at right now to exist if everything
is copacetic, if everything is okay, if they're hitting 800,000 viewers each week on Dynamite, you're not seeing something like this.
Nope.
At all.
They beat NXT last week. They beat NXT.
NXT is flunking. We already talked about that. I don't know what the hell's going on, but all AEW has to do is just keep their nose above water, apparently, at this point. And because there's a regime change in NXT.
Yeah, NXT's retooling with it, but they've already kind of gotten themselves off. The last 2 shows have been way better than the.
Yeah, no, you know what? I finally watched last week. Yeah, they are getting back. Like,
yeah, no, because they just had to figure out who the people were and introduce them. And there's a lot of like big talent coming in. I don't mean like they're going to be stars. I mean like they're like large guys.
Yeah,
there's a few coming in, which should be fun to watch because usually NXT's been generally like the black and gold, and people think of it as a smaller wrestler haven, and that's why Oba was able to move up because they got plenty of guys to replace him with those sizes.
Yeah. Ethan Page, man.
Oh,
that dude, that promo that he cut before his stuff with Miles Bourne, that was fantastic, man.
He's so good at getting other people over, like with what he does. Like he got, I mean, his Javon Evans' first real big feud was with Ethan Page. Ethan Page like broke his jaw and attacked his hand, and like it was a good long. He had it with Joe Hendry. I mean, even Ricky Saints when he first came in. Like Ethan Page is great. Now he's doing it with Miles Bourne. Like and they're good like long feuds that really get the most out of people. That's why people want him to go up. You see online, I'm like, he'd do fine on the main roster, but he'd be kind of like lost in the mid card. As for with NXT, he gets to be a major player and gets to help these guys. He did it with Trick Williams too. They had like a rap battle back and forth for a while. That was the other one. Like he's done it with literally everybody in NXT to help them become major stars. And I
saw Dave and Brian kind of making fun of him, like he's doing a good job, but what are you gonna do? Call him up is he gonna be ready when he's 42? And it's like, why would you? I don't think you should ever move him up. I think he's perfect where he is.
And he's had a wrestling school for a while, and he's got like a knack for coaching wrestling, and he's got, I believe, 2, it might be 3 young children. And with him being with his old career style, like he's always was traveling or whatever. Now they've got a stable home in Orlando. Like I'm not sure he wants to go up. He's also probably eyeing like, they're going to need more coaches sooner than later. Like with the way he's smart and able to handle and present things, I could easily see him being like what Matt Bloom is, like being like the head trainer coach of NXT. And that's, we've talked about it before because people are like, oh, that could be Punk or whatever. How often are great players in any sport a head coach and are good at it? Like, you think Magic Johnson was terrible. Wayne Gretzky was terrible. It's usually a guy who was a player and did well, but was like played above their means. Like they should have been a squad player and ended up starting for a couple seasons at left tackle or something.
Yeah. In baseball, the utility players are usually
or catchers.
The ones who are good
catchers all the time in baseball that you don't, and they didn't have a good batting average, but their pitchers loved them. They knew, you see that a ton. Utility players, catchers, the guy who was like the 4th outfielder, but played on 7 different championship teams or whatever. Like those guys are great coaches.
Right.
And that's what Ethan Page is. I feel like he's good and he's a good talent, but where do you put him on SmackDown right now? Like with, you know what I mean? With SmackDown this Friday, where is he booked? Like with the Trick there and Oba and everybody else, he's perfect where he is.
You mentioned it earlier, Jake. I mean, the man's got a home in Orlando. He's got a family. He's got children. There are some people in the wrestling business that don't want it all. You know what I mean? Who know how to get that kind of money and know how to manage it well. You know what I mean? So they don't have to really, scrape and claw to get their next paycheck.
And doing what he's doing into a coaching position, that's the rest of his life.
My mic. Dan, for 1 second.
Cool. Yeah, no. And if he's doing that type of stuff where he's being able to coaching, he's still getting TV time, and getting major titles and getting people and getting to work with people that are before they're about to be big stars. Mm-hmm. And if he just does what he's asked and does it well, like that coaching position is right there waiting for him. It's kind of like what I talk about. You see it with like Gargano a lot. Like he's doing whatever they ask you to do. You want me to be stupid? You want me to get my ass kicked? Whatever.
Right.
Coaching, because you're set for life with that. Because once you're a coach too, you get great benefits. Like all of a sudden you have health benefits and all that other stuff too. It's a stable
and
job
your legacy is set.
Plan. Yeah. Right. Here, right. Like if you were ever going to go into the Hall of Fame, there's a good chance, but you're going to get to be in video games. You get to be, it's a great move for most people. it's like the stable financial decision. I laugh, like my wife and I just got a car last week, and we got a Toyota Corolla because it's the most fuel efficient, economical, financially smart decision. Sometimes you got to be an adult. He's doing it, so good for him, man. I love what he does on NXT, and I don't want him to get called up either. I think he's perfect in what he does.
Sorry about that. My cat was squatting. He tangled my mic cord up, and if I pulled it too far, it would get cut out.
Oh, good. I sometimes I'll get kind of talking, and I talk with my hands a bit, and all of a sudden you just hear thunk. Oh shit! Yeah, I hear it. I do.
Okay,
I've gotten better with it, but yeah.
So, do we want to take because we have more of just the fantastic things that are happening in AEW? So we could continue talking about the wonderful success of AEW, or we could take a break and go to little WWE stuff and then come back to this. Let's go over super chats real quick, and then I'll you guys take a think on it. Okay. We have Ewan Cumia for $4.99. Glom Gold is still alive.
Glom Gold, Glom Gold, Glom Gold, Glom Gold.
Thank you very much, Ewan. Hopefully, we are.
Thank you, Ewan, for that super chat.
Yes.
You kind of sounded like you were in outer space there, Dis, for a second.
Oh, really? Okay, sorry. Yeah, I told you I had to fix my mic. So,
but we love you, Ewan. You're awesome. He's good people.
And we also have CWJ for $5. The only good thing that comes out of this is that it will force TK to finally leave cable and embrace streaming. Cable is dying. This is just ripping the Band-Aid. And there's something to be said for that, but I don't know where they can go on streaming.
Yeah. They've already screwed the pooch too far with themselves on it. This is kind of back to when we said it back with the whole Ring of Honor that could have went to CW thing. And he was like, no, he's so focused. He was so set. And he still looks at it as Turner. Like, it's not Turner anymore. Like, like from the AOL merger back in the night, like you just have it's got the name still, but that's not the same thing. I can't think of any other, like, there's corporations or businesses or things that like, it's the same name, but it's not the same company that it used to be. Like, like Pizza Hut. You used to be able to go inside.
He thinks he's working with Bill Watts and Jamie Elner.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I mean, like
Bischoff.
We talked about it.
Bischoff, yeah.
We talked about it a little bit on This Is Awful or Tooney Talk, I can't remember which one, but where WWE is complaining about their streaming partners at some point. Like Mark Shapiro came out and had a statement about how ESPN hasn't been able to get their shit together in terms of
YouTube TV and the
YouTube
other one.
TV. Right, yeah.
Forget the other one there. Yeah, they haven't made deals with on those. Yeah.
Right. So, Mark Shapiro's coming out. AEW is not in a position where they can complain about their partners. And the reason WWE is number one, they are literally 20 times more successful than AEW is. Like, I don't care what the number is. Like ratings, it typically is most 2x better. But
there was actually bidding wars for their content, for multiple versions of their content in multiple different times. Who's bidding warring for AEW?
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. And they have spread and people are like, oh, it's a monopoly. It's not a monopoly. It's business, man. They spread themselves out to where they now have relationships with every streaming service out there with the exception of Amazon Prime. And you could say that TKO has just as much of a relationship with Amazon as AEW does. So that's equal footing right there. But what you're doing is that it's not so much that they're shutting down their competition. They are, but that's not why WWE does that. The reason WWE does that is because when you're a real business, you want your product available to as many people as possible. So you want a presence on every single service, right? Now, I mean, if you count the fact that Paramount has a deal with TKO with UFC, the only real streaming service that doesn't include WWE right now is Amazon, right?
Yeah.
So if AEW loses their TV deal and they have to go streaming and they have to, leave cable and embrace streaming, as CWJ says here, they don't have any leverage at all. None. They're going to get what would you predict? Awful. What would you predict they get on their next streaming deal?
Nick LaPiccolo said it would be around $100,000 or 100 million.
I was gonna go 50. Because you look at because hey, let's talk about it. I'm using my favorite, my buddy Trick. We're friends now. He heard the show last week and he hit me up. He slid in my DM
with his lemon pepper steppers.
Yeah. But no, like you look at what were we talking about? What were we talking about?
Oh my god,
we were talking about the pricing,
right?
Correct.
Yeah. Well, what bid would AEW get?
No, we're talking about TNA. So that's what I'm talking about, because TNA did 249,000 last week. They are the only wrestling company in existence right now that is showing steady growth, that has upward momentum, and they're getting 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
If WWE, if TNA is getting $10 million and they're actually showing momentum, showing growth, they're getting not too much different than what AEW's B show is, and closing in on the lower numbers of their A show. Why would anyone get AEW?
First off, you sounded like you were underwater, but
did that again?
There you go. No. Back. Yeah. If you want to repeat, you can.
I'm going to turn the music off. I think the music's messing it up.
Okay.
I'm going to turn that off. Anyway, go ahead.
Damn. So this is like what happens when the club lights come on. The music comes out. All right, everybody out of here.
Yeah, it was past last call. Get the lights are on.
Right.
Get the out. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here.
No, what I was saying was if TNA does 260,000 for like the next year, you know, AEW's in big trouble, but at the same time, that also means that TNA is not really growing, and we understand. Yeah, it's what are you, week 7 for TNA possibly?
Yeah, week 7 has gone up every week, and they are
right.
About 100,000 over what they started. I mean, that's growth.
If they can hit 500,000 by the end of this year,
that's whoa, buddy, come on, man.
They can do it. It can happen.
Okay,
it can happen with an AJ Styles. It could possibly happen.
Why would AJ Styles retire?
He could come back and just be a presence there.
That's like telling the guy, that's like you pull an old timer off the bench who's been in AAA ball for a couple of years, and you're like, we could really utilize you right now. And they're like, okay, yeah, cool, maybe I'll make my comeback. He goes, yeah, that's great. Go out and hit a grand slam, or else you're a failure. Like
I didn't say they would lose their deal. What I was saying was that, like, if they hit, 450, 500,000, yeah, they're gonna get a lot more than 10 million. AEW, on the other hand, first off, I got bigger questions. Like, does WB will that logo, will that property even still exist, or will Paramount just swallow it the fuck up?
I think WB will, because
so it'll be called Paramount WB.
No, I think they'll do something separate. I think there will be certain properties that still run under the WB license. Right. I think like you can't have like the Looney Tunes under anything but WB at this point.
I think it's Columbia Pictures, where you see like the logo where it's like the lady with the TriStar with the right with the horse, and then you see it says Columbia Pictures, and then at the bottom print it'll say a Sony company. Same with MGM, you still get the lion and stuff, but it says an Amazon company. I think you'll get like the WB look, like, because what is the Batman? They've done the Batman movie. Yeah,
all the DC stuff.
You'll still get that logo, but it's like at the bottom in some sort of print it'll say a Paramount company or whatever.
I just wouldn't put it past Tony to like hire some real intrepid researchers and lawyers and negotiators to try to like squeak in a deal with Paramount past 2027 if like there is any sort of trouble. But this also comes to mind a thought where it's just like, this could be where the leak happens. Paramount gets to look at AEW's books, and there is some, nosy researcher or executive or possibly intern that just comes out and is just like, you know what? Max is only getting 25,000 people, and he may have a fucking, a picture of it or whatever.
It's got
I'm
an
hoping
email.
that happens. Yeah, or an email. Please let that happen. But yeah, that was my thought.
No, I'm with you. My point with TNA was that if you're any company that's negotiating with AEW coming on the next cycle, you're looking at what CW is paying for NXT. You're looking what AMC is paying for TNA, and it's a it's
I think NXT is 25 million.
Yeah, NXT's 25 million. They're getting basically an eighth, maybe let's call it a sixth of what AEW gets for their shows. You look at TNA, that's more like a 20, almost a 20th of what AEW is getting for their shows, and they're getting half the ratings, 75% of the ratings that AEW produces. There's no way that any real broadcast company or streaming company is going to offer AEW another $180 million on their next contract. And I don't know who
with growth, with incentives, like that's not happening.
No. And I mean, okay, here's how it happens. AEW becomes good. And you can argue, I guess, if it's good or not. It's not my taste, but people have been saying that they think it's better. So you can argue that, but in terms of performance, they have to put on a show that will perform better, because they are in a real situation now where they need numbers on their side, and they don't have it. I don't care what Dave Meltzer says to make things sound better. I don't care how many times Tony goes on X and says things are great. It's not great. So that's
their social media presence isn't even all that up to snuff.
No,
a big company like Paramount is going to be like. So I mean, there are YouTubers, and Twitter accounts that pull far more than you. Why aren't we paying them?
Right. Why? And how about this? Why would we pay you that much money when we could pay WWE half that to get a B or C tier show that can run weekly on our networks and pull in more of an audience?
Speed on Paramount.
So, it's because they're owned by TKO. You're talking about like they just have UFC already. And they might, and TKO could say, we wouldn't be that happy with you making another deal with AEW, be honest. And that would be the end of it. Because you really think that Paramount's going to be like, well, so I understand that our partners who own UFC don't like us having AEW on, but AEW is pulling in $650K a week on basic cable. So I don't, it's like, that's not the way it's going to go. And anyone who thinks that they are completely fine coming up in 2027, as a friend told me who is close to the situation, AEW will keep going until Shad is the only person in the crowd. And
I just the visual of that, of just him. I don't know if you saw, there was like I think it was in like South America or whatever. There was like one fan for a soccer team, and he was just sitting there, and they had the whole stands and just him sitting by himself. I'm just visualizing that. But everybody's got like a pennant, like an AEW pennant, just waving it. But like
get those AI prompts going.
But that's, if you think that my AEW thing isn't something for them to fall back on, you're crazy.
Oh yeah,
and
that was the first thing I thought.
The fact that they also, everyone's kind of forgetting the fact that they added a fast service to it, which I think is a great idea. But it's also something they should have done 2 freaking years ago, that we were saying they should have done 2 years ago. It's not available anywhere except the website. Now, the beauty of a fast service is you put it on Tubi or Roku or any of these sites, and then it's just on your TV. It's on every TV that exists. You can go, every TV has Roku or Tubi or Pluto or one of those installed already when you buy it. So it's just naturally there. So it's a great thing to have. It's why TNA has one. It's why NXT has one. It's why, a lot of NWA has one. Well, they're on another one, but NWA is on Tubi. And it's a great idea if you want to get your name out there, but they don't have it on Tubi or Roku or Pluto. They have it on myaew.com.
Yeah. And the rollout's going to be crazy. Like, people, well, it's not like the servers are going to shut down anytime soon. Anybody buying that crap. But, the rollout's going to be closely monitored. And, of course, the damage control will be happening there. But as long as AEW is not streamlined and not, well-engineered for big-ass companies like a Paramount, they're in huge trouble. Yeah. This is big stuff. This is like a very small company I'm talking about AEW. And in comparison, it's a tiny company compared to all the proper, WBD, HBO Max. Don't they have a great show called The Pit? Won some Emmys and all that. Those properties are now Paramount's now.
Yeah.
And it's just it will be. Yeah, they will be. Well, I mean, the writing's on the wall, but not that they got to go all the way down the line to AEW. And then be like this private company based out in Jacksonville. Oh yeah, we got to see what's going on there. And they'll send their interns out, Paramount will, and they'll be like, look what we found here. It's a fucking shell company. I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah, but, that's that's another thing too. Is that
man.
Part of me thinks that we're getting all this. Tony is thrilled with this because he just wants them to not worry about him. The best thing Tony can do right now is slip right under the radar.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Yep. Just hey, we're just that little cute. You know what? Maybe we are WWE. Who knows? No one knows. We might be WWE.
Everything's great. It's fine.
Yeah, we're just a wrestling company. Don't worry about us. You guys go.
Hey, the Pit won another award. Go over there. The Pit won another award. And he's gone. Yeah. And he's just gone. He's just a dust outline of Tony. And he's gone.
Bring back claws. Claws.
Yeah. Hey, do another Game of Thrones spinoff? Great. I love it. Game of Thrones is awesome. I'm at it. Just whatever he's doing, just buttering him up.
Yeah. Hey, look, young Sheldon.
How much you want to bet that 50% of people at Paramount look that they see that they have wrestling on the network and just assume it's WWE. They just assume they're in
and just
business.
Completely overlook it.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, okay, so we got superstars now, huh? That's cool.
They were blind and looking at the numbers upside down, like, oh, they're great.
They just glanced. They saw the capital letters. They saw A and W and thought they got Raw. They were like, oh, all right, we got Raw. Cool.
We got the root beer.
Yeah. When they call, Tony's like, well, pal, how are you doing today?
Yeah.
He puts on the bench voice. Just trying to do whatever. Yeah, Triple H is great, man. Yeah.
Everything's great. You're outside.
Nick Khan speaking.
We have Edge. You see Edge? You remember him? He's with us. That's us. That's Tony is just that's the best AEW can hope for right now is they just slide under the radar and nobody pays attention to them. That's honestly, if I was AEW right now, right this second, I would just stop trying to make waves. I would just run the most bog standard wrestling show you possibly could.
Boilerplate wrestling.
Just throw people out in the ring, have them jobber
squash matches. I'm telling you, I told you. I've been telling you.
And then because no one can be mad about that. And then when don't say a word about WWE, don't make any attacks. Tell Dave to shut the hell up. Let's just not make any waves. Let's do the best we can. And then when it comes up for Paramount to renew your contract, you say, yes, sir, I'll take $35,000 a year. Thank you very much. I appreciate all of your generosity. And that's how it ends. That's if
on the fishnet Paramount hat.
Yeah. Just Tony Khan does a press conference. You know what? I love WWE. I love WWE and TKO. They're so wonderful. That's what you need to do.
They help us grow the business.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
If they weren't doing so good, we wouldn't be doing so good. Which, by the way, Tony Khan, if you would have said that in the first place, nobody here would have a problem with you.
Right? Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm like, if he'd have done that from day one and just not focused on his own product, but he always had to be that challenger brand. He had to be.
Yeah. Think about how much better pay-per-views would be if Dynamite ran as a bunch of squash matches and interview segments. You know what I mean? Like
Collision should be that for sure. 100% Collision should.
Okay. I disagree only because like you've given away a lot of pay-per-view quality matches on Dynamite, and there was no reason to except to pop a 650 rating or whatever the fuck. Like they've
done it on Collision too. They had the MJF and Omega match on Collision.
Well, okay. I wasn't gonna go in here now, but we are there. But tomorrow night, by the way, is the greatest Dynamite ever on paper.
Do what now?
You gave me too good of a segue. I can't ignore that, sir.
Happy to help, but just when you say that out loud, like the greatest ever hasn't happened. You just
you're about to find out
in history. Look at these matches.
Let's back up. So we'll go ahead and do the Dave segment now. It goes into the whole Dynamite's burning, but AEW's burning, but who cares? Because everything's great, guys. So let's hear about tomorrow night's Dynamite from should we look at the matches first? You think maybe so let's look at the matches here real quick. We have the main event, the biggest match on the card. MJF and Adam Page have a press conference. Well, okay, I guess that's not
a press conference.
Greatest match of all time. Let's go to the bottom. Let's build them. So we have Darby Allin and Orange Cassidy versus Gabe Kidd and David Finlay. We haven't talked about Dave Finlay going to AEW. The big get.
Dave Finlay. Didn't he show up last week on Dynamite to no reaction?
Yeah. And his brother's in NXT.
Yeah, Jesus. The biggest get you could possibly, I love that they were I am very impressed by WWE about the whole David Finlay situation, because apparently Dave Finlay was like, I'll sign with you guys. You just got to put me on the main roster. And they're like, no, we're not going to do that.
Right.
Yeah. Have fun in AEW, man. Enjoy.
Do your thing.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
Exactly. Yeah. It wasn't to get on. Look, man, like when Powerhouse Hobbs is working main event so that he can learn camera cues, the guy who has not done a show outside of Japan, in like a decade, probably needs to spend some time in NXT.
Just a bit.
Ethan Page went to NXT. Ricky Saints went to NXT. These are guys who were on TV in North America every week for years, and they went to NXT. You think you're too good for NXT? Have fun over in Dynamite.
How long was Mariah May / Blake Monroe the AEW Women's Champion? NXT. Yeah.
You can't, it's not necessarily because you have to learn how to wrestle. A lot of times it's because you have to learn how to react when there are people in the building or where cameras are for a professional organization, when
it's not, one side that has no seats in the camera. It's easy to find the hard camera when there's no seats or nobody in the seats.
Yeah, I mean, you still see it. Like I saw it with I see it with Jade sometimes, where she kind of gets kind of lost in the sauce during her matches because she's so used to that AEW style and she never really had any time in NXT. So she tends to like do a move facing the wrong camera or something like that. And that's right. That's why David Finlay. David Finlay's a fantastic wrestler. I've seen him. I think he's wonderful, but he needs 6 months in NXT before he goes to the main roster. Also, how about the fact that if you don't do that, then they have nothing for you and you're going to be put on you're going to be put on a show where you're not going to get over because they have no plans for you. Right?
Yeah, I hope you like tacos. Because that's what they're serving and catering.
Right.
But
Exactly.
more so than this, I was just like, thinking deeply about it. These guys, all these guys on this poster, don't like to understand anything about like why wrestling is great. WWE for a long ass time, you have to be super knowledgeable about placement, where you're going to be, spots, positioning, camera angles, all that in one. You got to do it in one thing. And these people actually get help from the referees and the cameramen, where their cues need to be and all that. And if you're not up to snuff on that kind of knowledge in the WWE or any high energy and high pressure situation, you're going to end up on Dynamite. And you're going to love it. You're going to love it because you're going to be working every Wednesday. Yeah, I kind of say it like these guys don't have what it takes to be in the big dance of the WWE. That's not to say the WWE is great. It's just saying that they're the top dog and they want things done a certain way. And, from Darby Allin to MJF and Hangman Adam Page, these guys just don't have what it takes.
I kind of get upset. I'm not upset, but I don't agree with people when they act like WWE is the easier company to work for.
What? Come on.
People are like, oh, you don't want to. If they go to WWE, it's because they don't want to really wrestle in the ring. But the truth is, in WWE, you're working more. You have to be more than a wrestler in the ring. You have to be able to carry interviews. You have to be able to do press. You have to be a character. You have to be able to interact with fans. There's so much more that goes
how to think on your feet.
Yeah.
How to adjust with an eye blink.
Yeah. There's so much more involved with working for WWE than there is AEW. Yeah. That really, a guy like David Finlay going to AEW, he's kind of taking the easy way out. And I said the same thing when Will Ospreay went.
Yep.
You're talking. There's a reason that Triple H said that he was avoiding the grind. I mean, he didn't say that specifically, but when he said some guys just don't want the grind, and people are like, "Oh, you guys work 2 days a week. What are you talking about grind? In your matches are 5 minutes." And it's like, yeah, but if Will Ospreay was in WWE, he'd have to do, breakfast in the morning with Paula and Tom every, and Poughkeepsie
and real podcast, and they don't have like 400 people watch. They don't have 400 subscribers or whatever. Like,
right. And you have to be on the internet selling your merch and getting yourself over, not just taking pot shots at somebody you don't like. You'd have, there's things you have to go through training.
And you got to visit the senior center, or the local library and read a book. Like there's just so much shit that you have to do in these types of environments,
Yeah, and wrestle in front of an actual crowd and a full audience. That's something more than
right.
You can wrestle 20 minutes in front of your friends and it's fun, but it's not the same.
How do you respond to that? They've got 50 cameras in that goddamn arena, and all of them are pointing at you, and they're going to see what you have, what kind of metal you have. When you go out there in front of 14,000 people as opposed to 400.
Yeah.
And you can look at in WWE, if you're not, it doesn't matter how much you put in, how much time and effort they put into you. If you're not producing the way they want you to, they will get rid of you. Look at Giovanni Ribisi. They did stuff for him for weeks. They did promos, they did vignettes. They had all this stuff built up, and he goes out there, and it's a part in church, and he put on he bumped weird for somebody, and they're like, dude, we've given you 9 chances. You're done.
Right.
Like if something like I guarantee. Okay. So one thing, like I was thinking about pulling the thing about the masked men yesterday for Raw, because it was fucking ridiculous. It was so stupid watching those masked men run around the ring. And like, okay,
it worked though. It was funny. I mean, it worked for what it was.
The last one, if they would have just done it at the end of the promo, it would have been okay. But doing it at the beginning of the promo
when he's
That's
standing
fair.
on
I'll
the
give you
fucking
that.
table, yeah, ridiculous.
Yeah, no,
was
just
stupid.
having them all come in and play like 3-card Monty with Seth and making Logan and Austin, that was funny. That part I was enjoying. The rest of it was dumb, though. I'll give you that.
if you would just have them standing outside the ring, Seth in the ring, and then he puts the mask on and all the other guys run in and run around circles, and then you don't know who's Seth, that's fine. Doing it at the beginning made no sense and it was stupid.
Fair.
But,
no, that's 100% fair.
But you know what? I guarantee, and if I'm wrong, I take L's. Awful knows I take L's. I have no problem taking an L. But I have a strong feeling that will be tweaked next week when they try to do that again. Because I can't imagine. At least they would just. Common sense tells you they would do it just for the exit, not for the entrance, right?
They also had a fat bowl doing it too.
Yeah,
he was a part of the crowd.
Let's not even talk about the fact that half the people had no idea what they were doing and running around like Laurel Hardy going. Whoop, 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 whoop.
No, it's Benny Hill.
I was thinking of that bongo sound in the Flintstones right before they run, like.
Yeah, that works too. Yeah, no.
Is Boris here? Can Boris hear us talk about it?
No, he's of course not. Whenever we shit on, no, exactly.
Every time we talk bad about WWE,
Yeah.
Boris is
And-
here.
And it doesn't happen often, but on our live shows when we review AEW, like you know me, I want to put something over if it's any. And anytime I'm putting some over, I look in the chat. Of course, he's never there. It doesn't happen often. It's like once, maybe twice a month, but it does happen. And the motherfucker's never there when it happens. Like, God damn it!
All right,
You're a hater. Oh,
let's get through this. We're gonna go long tonight, guys. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Let's go through so we have Dim Bucks, the Mark Briscoe humiliation ritual.
Bucks.
Is
they even have to
completed.
give them a name? The names drive me nuts. Like,
Right, they give everybody a goddamn name. You're right.
Yeah, it's like Vince stuff, right? Like Jericho.
It is
and
so
crap
Vince
like that.
because they're lazy, silly puns, and a lot of times there is a double entendre. Lazy puns and double entendre was Vince's fucking wheelhouse. To tell Tony Khan has become Tony McCon, like he's just Vince. Just
Which,
that-
hey, you know what? By the
drives me
way, I
nuts.
didn't mention after we did super chats. If you want your super chat read live on the air, make sure you donate. If you do, if you want Glom Gold, we do it for $5 or more. And if you do $50 or more, we will interrupt the show for it. Make sure also you are dropping a like and sharing our content. Hit that notification button too, because I saw some people in the chat earlier saying that they have not been notified about our show in the past few weeks. So
yeah,
make sure you're doing
YouTube's
that.
weird about that. Yeah, subscribe and get to notifications is the best way to go for it.
So Dim
they're
Bucks, like I said, Mark Briscoe's humiliation ritual. That's what this is, right? The two men who kept him off TV. I mean, well, them and Tony's girlfriend in Canada kept him from being on TV for a long time. But now they are a tag team and they're fighting FTR and Tommaso Ciampa, which after, of course, Ciampa turned heel 2 weeks after he got to the company and did the exact same angle he did with Gargano.
Shot for
on
shot
NXT.
remake.
Shot for shot remake.
Same cameraman.
Was it?
No, I'm not.
I believe you. I would believe you if you told me that.
With
That,
how they
like-
love to hire ex-WWE people.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
But
yeah,
did Ciampa have a thing with FTR last week where like they got like a little spat in the walkway or whatever in the entranceway?
Oh.
That happened. I reviewed that. I know I did.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jake. Now that you said that, my whole tune's changed. Tommaso Ciampa is taking the pin on this match.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's really bad that how do you turn somebody 2 weeks after they come into your company? He's been there for 2 weeks. And not only that, he's been there for 2 weeks. He's had an entire title reign and he's turned heel.
Yeah. No, I think it's been 4 weeks, and he had a title. He was introduced, won the title, defended the title, lost the title, turned heel, and he's been there since. I think this Dynamite would be like a month that he's been with the company.
And mind you, it also when he did the angle with Johnny Gargano, they had been a tag team for like 2 years, and the entire thing was built about how they're best friends. He had, in AEW, he had been around Mark Briscoe for like 30 minutes.
10 minutes.
Okay.
And didn't Ciampa and Gargano have like history before NXT? They had like 10
They
years
were
of
tag
history.
team
They
Ring
had
of Honor. Yeah. They were a
okay,
tag
yeah,
team
right.
Ring of Honor. So
they had 10 years of history. Him and Briscoe had 10 minutes. Got it. Cool.
right. Yeah. It's ridiculous. But, that's the match.
That's our Tony.
Then you got John Moxley and Claudio versus Takeshita and I can't read it. Hechicero. I mean, it's Moxley. Like Claudio, I'm never gonna say a bad word about Claudio. That man is one of the best performers I can, in wrestling. Period. I love
has
Claudio.
the charisma of wet bread.
Dude, you didn't in Ring of Honor, man.
In Ring of Honor, dude.
I'm sorry. He had when he was doing that gimmick where he was the most foreign man, right?
Gang. I remember it. It sold so many tickets.
I don't care. It wasn't on TV, but I'm saying it showed that he had charisma. That man has.
Yeah. Where did it all go?
They don't use it. Nobody uses him right. They always want to be some like super serious shoot fighter, and I'm Mr. Mean Claudio. He was the most. His whole gimmick was that you couldn't tell exactly where he was from. He would just he was vaguely foreign, but he was so he really was very charismatic when he was with Chris Hero. And maybe Chris Hero.
I believe you. This kind of.
Maybe Chris Hero. It could have been Hero carrying him too, because Hero is wild.
Yeah, weren't they like the
Hero sandwich?
The Kings of Wrestling.
Kings of Wrestling, that's what it was.
Chris Hero has a medical condition, sir. So
he eats too much.
Whatever he gets, no, he really does. He really does. He has he has something with the stomach where he
eats too much.
And when Claudio got to WWE, Vince just looked at him as Swiss Jason Statham, and that's all he ever did was that stuff. So yeah.
If someone in the chat,
he's the Swiss transporter.
If someone in the chat knows what Chris Hero has, let me know. I think
it might be up. Yes.
It might be diverticulitis actually, but I'm not sure. And then you got who is that? I made my screen smaller. Willow Nightingale versus
Persephone.
Yeah,
Persephone.
I said it right.
Persephone.
I like Persephone a hell of a lot better.
I said it right. I'm proud of that.
That sounds like a low rent cell phone service.
It sounds
Persephone.
like a porn star. It sounds like a porn star, right?
I guess like
Persephone. That just sounds like that's
Hermione.
Yeah. It's like Bikini Car Wash Company 3 starring Persephone. That's
Myers.
the feeling. Well, I like Willow.
Big Booties 7 starring Persephone. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah.
This match will be fine. And then you got Kyle in the main event. You got Kyle Fletcher versus Speedball Mike Bailey for the TNT Championship.
They are pushing Speedball Mike Bailey down our throats like WWE is doing with Danhausen.
Except Danhausen, it's working. That's the difference.
Except for Danhausen Danhausen has been on TV grand total less than 10 minutes, and Speedball's in like 5 different segments. He comes out when nobody asked for him. He shows up at Tony Khan's live. Like, we cannot get rid of this little twerp. It's a fucking cockroach.
He missed the Cobra Kai trend.
Hypothyroidism is what Chris Hero has. Literally, I get fat. That's literally what that means, right? That's literally my body doesn't prevent me from getting fat anymore. Like he has, because that means that he makes his body doesn't burn fat. That's pretty much what it means. Interesting.
Okay.
So, okay, so that is the card. Let's hear what Dave has to say about the card.
I think this has a chance, from a wrestling standpoint, just match quality, to be one of the best Dynamites in history.
It sounds like every other Dynamite that ever happened.
Right? I was going to say, what separates this from, like, what about these matches is going to be so much more spectacular and be remembered? Like, that's the thing. If it's going to be the best Dynamite in history, what's going to be remembered 6 weeks or 6 months, but 6 days from now, honestly? Like, no one's going to remember this shit.
I don't understand why he could, but let's hear. You know what? Let's hear what he has to say. Let's hear why this is, from a wrestling standpoint, the show that has a press conference as the main event. Let's hear from a wrestling stand why this is the greatest Dynamite in history.
Look at these matches. Like, Claudio and Takeshita had an unreal great match on Saturday night. So now you've added Moxley and Hechicero.
Right, so you've made it worse.
So you've downgraded from a good singles match to a shitty tag team match. Great.
I mean, that's exactly right.
It is. Mox can't wrestle. Hechicero's a fat little blob.
Haven't we been told for years and years and years that you can't just add people to a match and make it better? Or isn't that what we're supposed to? John Moxley doesn't make anything better.
Nothing. Not even his marriage.
Well, let's Ayo.
Hechicero's great. Moxley's always has great TV matches. He's great. The Young Bucks match. I mean, Young Bucks and FTR. That match is going to be ridiculously good. Mike Bailey and Kyle Fletcher is going to be ridiculously good. I think Willow and Persephone could be very good. It's not like a guarantee.
Learn a different word. Jesus Christ, these people. I swear. Him and Tony, it's like great, good, great, good, great, good, great,
ridiculously
phenomenal. Great, good, great, good. Like every once in a while, they'll say phenomenal, right? But
because Willow Nightingale's in the match, he's just like, this could be good.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, she's a little darker than everyone else on the card, so this could be okay.
I don't like her hair.
She might be a rapper. I don't know. I don't like rappers.
Oh, it's rap.
Could be half good.
The Persephone part will be great,
but I think it will be pretty darn good. And then Orange Cassidy and what's it?
Orange and Darby versus
that's right.
Don't remember Darby's name.
With your fucking Homer hair.
Who's gonna be in this match? What's going on? It's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. Tony booked it. I love it.
Greatest card of all time. I'm telling you, it's a classic. It has Orange Cassidy and that other guy. He's doing stuff with they're fighting people. I don't know who they are.
And they had a great match before. We're gonna add these other goobers. It's gonna be great. Hechicero, who's just like who's as tall as he is wide, and Moxley. They had a match last week that was awful. God fucking awful. Oh.
I'm just cracking up at you saying goobers. I don't know why.
Because it's the truth. It's a good term definition for these idiots. Like, both of them.
This isn't the check didn't clear. This is the check was late.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like he's just like Orange. I don't know. Willow's good. And
seems to me like that bitch came right on time.
Yeah. No, because if it came right on time, he wouldn't be like Cassidy and that guy.
I feel like
the Sting guy, the guy he got hit by a bus. What's his name? Derby.
I think he climbed Mount Fuji or something. I don't know.
He did something. He likes words, and he was in Jackass, so I like him. I mean, he sounds like me right now. Actually,
Dave is really looking like a Neanderthal out there. Like, holy shit. Listen here, Magnon Meltzer.
Me like you wrestling.
Orange and Darby versus Gabe and David Finlay.
That's going to be really good. Number one, it's
Dave. I have to go back. I want to hear.
No, I was going to say, I'm glad you did, because Brian sounded the most disinterested I've ever heard.
He hates this. He hates this man. He is so done with it.
It doesn't come out all the time. Like, he tries to hide it, but certain points when Dave's just Daving it out, where he can't even. This is gonna be fantastic, but I don't even know who's in it. Like, Brian's just like, shut up. I hate you.
You're watching.
And then Orange and what's it?
Orange and
he's like, yeah, come on, old man.
Oh yeah,
come on, get it out of there. It's
get
like
there,
awful.
man.
It's like awful talking to me on This Is Awful.
Darby versus Gabe and David Finlay.
I just love how he's like, yes, it's Orange Cassidy and Darby versus Gabe and David Finlay. Okay. It's like,
you know what's going on, Dave. It's right in front of you. Pull up another tab, Dave. Come to it. Like, he knows he's got two monitors. He knows, get a second monitor. But Dave, he's still got his rotary phone. He doesn't know.
Okay, don't give Brian any praise. He's just as slimy as Uncle Dave, just in a different way. Oh, totally agree. I just think it's funny how much they actually hate each other.
Yeah,
you know,
like, Seattle scumbag versus San Jose scumbag.
There's no praise. It's clear that Brian hates him, but Brian's still just much of an idiot as him. He's still there doing it. He's just, you ever been so sick of your boss or your coworker, or just anytime they say anything, like they sneeze wrong, oh fuck you.
Yeah, you know, like it's like when it's like if you dislike two people and you see them fight each other, you're just happy either way. You know, you're fine. Yeah. You're good. Whoever.
You don't need to place a bet. You've already won.
Yeah.
Good. And then Orange Cassidy and what's it?
Orange and Darby versus Gabe and David Finlay.
That's gonna
retire. That's the next line that Brian wanted to say. Retire and give me the site, please.
We lose followers every day because of you. I hate you, Dave.
Alvarez found out that Meltzer slept with Maria.
Oh God, that would be what actually. You know, I've always wondered what it's going to take, because Brian obviously just puts up with it and does his passive aggressive bullshit. That might actually do it. Like, that might be the one that actually snaps Brian. Oh, man.
To be really good. Number one, it's Dave Finlay's debut. So he's going to be really revved up to go. And he's great. And, you know, Darby and
Darby's a guy, right?
He's there. He's got face paint.
He exists.
Darby's always great, you know, I mean, in his own way, what he does. Orange is
backhanded. See, Darby's friends with Tony in a way that Dave can never be, and he's so pissed off. I didn't know that till just now, but Darby's closer to Tony in a way that Dave just can't be. They talk in a language that they use like Gen Z slang, and Dave just can't understand it. And it bothers him. Oh, yeah. I didn't know that till just now.
Dave's in the corner and Darby's over there going to be like, hey man, hey Tony, you gonna riz her up tonight? And Dave's like, I don't know what that means. I'm so angry right now.
You're cooked, man. That was so base. Tony, and it literally just sounds like rapping to Dave, and he just loses his mind. Ah, damn it.
Claude, tell me what riz means.
Oh my God, just so mad about it.
It's just like with me when Max is hanging out with his friends, and I'm just like, I have no idea what the hell you guys are talking about. So what's 6'7"? I'm gonna, I'm just gonna pull a Joseph J. Alexander and be like, I think it's his height. I don't know, whatever, something.
Oh, he gets so bad.
Orange is a great worker, and Gabe Kidd, you know, he's super aggressive, and he's great too. So yeah, I think this may be like I think it may be one of the best Dynamites that they've ever done. I think this
company isn't great, Dave. Jesus Christ.
One of the best Dynamites they've ever done. But okay, so that was some major glazing. But that's not all he's been doing. He's also he's talking about, I mean, AEW is closing the gap, guys.
A wrestling war, right? And like a year ago in wrestling when they were talking like that, I mean, AEW was just momentum wise, man, they had terrible momentum, you know? I mean, even when they put on good stuff, it was like the momentum was so bad and everybody was talking down about them, and it just became this thing of like, they're dying, right?
A year ago, that's what it was like. A year ago, right? But now let's see how much things have changed in the past year.
And now, right now, it's like, you know, all those people are, you know, they're very quiet. You know, it's like all the
because you blocked them all, Dave.
Yeah, you blocked us.
That's what happens
Fucker.
when you block us. Is we get quiet. You can't hear us anymore. Raise your hand if you haven't been blocked by Dave Meltzer on this panel right now. Anybody? No. Okay. Awful. You've been blocked.
I got Snap. I got Ebu. I got him. I got the whole collection.
Have you been blocked? Awful. Did Meltzer block you?
Yeah, he finally did it. Maybe in November. I think he.
Oh yeah, I remember when that happened. We were on a show. Yeah,
I told him, good game, Dave.
Meltzer blocked me 3 weeks after I joined Twitter.
Yeah, see, I got blocked a long time ago. It was like 2021 or 2022.
Anybody who thinks that I'm not in this for the love of the game when it comes to Dave Meltzer, I was blocked 30 minutes after I joined Twitter. From Dave
I
literally, because I remember I had 37 followers when Dave blocked me. Because I called him, I said something about like, why didn't you give a black, because he was going off about something about WWE being racist, and I said, why didn't you give black man 5 stars between the time that you gave Butch Reed 5 stars in his match against Ric Flair, your first match that you gave somebody 5 stars, and all the way up to like Velveteen Dream, and then he just blocked me. He didn't answer me. So
I forget what it was. And like, I have it screenshot and saved. It shows me my time hop every year. I forget because it was something so innocuous. I'm like, that's what did it? Wow. All right, Dave.
Let's hear about this closing the gap.
Those people that were hounding me about they're gonna die and all this. It's like
who was
they're
hounding
very
you?
Quiet, other than the ones who want to do the the Paramount thing. Now they're going to get canceled because TKO will make them get canceled. And, that's just, they don't even get it. But that's a difference.
Awful, you don't even get it, man.
I know. I feel like he's talking to me.
You don't even get it.
Dude. You don't even know. You don't even know, man.
You don't even get it, man. You're over there.
Just out of the loop, dude.
You're just old, man. You don't understand.
Fucking boomer.
Paramount and AEW. They're in the back. They're smoking J's together. They're having a great time, and you are trying to harsh their mellow.
Listening to Big Crit.
Yeah, they're back. They're listening to Mungo Jerry. They got
hey Buzz, man.
They're doing great. You just don't get it. You don't know Mungo Jerry?
Get up with the times, dude. No, I've not heard of such a name.
Summertime when the weather is fine. Come on.
I know.
Summertime. You know that song.
All white now.
I am. My mind is blown. My mind is blown right now that Mungo Jerry didn't infiltrate the black community.
Again, and that's another story. And in 2027, everything can be different and probably will be. But right now, it's like, you think you got him, like what Eric had in 1997. They're in the dust. They're not even competition anymore. We won the war.
So I want to point out right now, he is comparing WWE to WCW in 1997.
He certainly is.
So all of that talk that everyone's done for years about how AEW is basically WCW in 2000, he has just flipped the script and said that WWE is going out of business in 4 years, guys. 4 years, you'll never hear of WWE again. It's done. They're cooked. They're finished. It's over. Pack your bags. Go home, guys.
Yeah, really.
I
don't.
My brain.
Know.
I can't. I'm getting dumber by listening to Dave's.
This company has been around for like a century, and this man is like, I mean, they're just like Eric Bischoff in 1997. Exactly,
making more money than they ever have. But
it's exactly the same.
They've got deals on every platform possible, but it's dying. It's out of it's
AEW. That it's WWE Attitude Era. That's where AEW is right now. John Moxley is Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Right before they took off. Right before they just need their Austin McMahon.
It's kind of like Hogan and Andre. Really. Remember Savage Steamboat?
Kyle Fletcher is basically Macho Man Randy Savage.
Roddy Piper is John Moxley. And
but he doesn't even do that. He just says they're great. He doesn't give you a comparison. Just he's great. He's great. He's really great. He's ridiculously great. This will be such a good match. Why? Give us any specifics, please.
You didn't win the war, and I think in this one it's like, I mean, they're way ahead, but the gap is closing.
The gap is closing. The gap is closed. AEW got 650,000 last week Okay, in NXT, I know it's developmental, but NXT did worse, which means that they're basically WWE in 1997.
Jesus. That gap is as wide as Riley Reid.
It's not a gap. That's like saying there's a gap between St. Louis, Missouri, and London, England. Like there's no gap.
Right.
I was gonna go between California and Japan.
Yeah. I mean,
it's the Pacific.
You guys went geographic. I went pornographic.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
Yeah.
Persephone. I have never seen. Is Persephone attractive? Should I be making these jokes about Persephone? I don't know. Look, anyway.
And even though they're still way ahead, the other guys are coming up. You know what I mean? And
no, I don't.
We don't know what you mean.
Yeah, slow it down, bro.
Not even a little bit.
Isn't AEW doing worse than they were their first year?
Yes, by leaps and bounds.
Okay. I mean,
the company has been
40%
back so
loss.
many times. Every year has been the new 2021. Like they keep trying to reject. They were like the first year was good. Like that was from mid 2020 through 2021 when they got Punk. Things were doing well, and then it all just went to dog shit.
Isn't it sad how AEW's been around 7 years, and this guy right here is the only outside force promoting AEW. Like no huge name. They haven't grown at all. This guy is their shining PR guy.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
What about BJ Bethel? Okay.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say it's this guy and the people who want to be this guy. So you've got him and Sap and all the others, but he's the biggest name of them all. So while there are other ones, no one is a big name.
I mean, there's lots of mainstream celebrities that love AEW, right? Like I saw Post Malone bought an MJF action figure last week. So
what kind of mountain are they trying to ascend when this guy's on the top of it? Like, what is happening here? Jeez.
All the tricks when they started coming up, or even before they started coming up, to put them in the dust, putting those head-to-head shows, every time it backfired. AEW always did a good number.
That's not true.
I'm like, which company changed the start time of their shows because of the other company?
Let's go back just like 3 weeks ago when he was making 2 weeks ago when he was making excuses as to why Collision did bad against Elimination Chamber. He was just doing that, and now he's like, I mean, AEW does fantastic numbers against WWE. It always backfires when they go up against.
And they always did a lower than usual number every single time. And, all of a sudden it's like the big, it's all of those things, I think, way into it.
This is him saying that NXT is losing to AEW without saying that NXT is losing to AEW.
Yeah,
he's got to put it in some other form or fashion. He doesn't have the balls to really do this 7 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago, when they were getting trounced by NXT. Now it's like the coast is clear. They lost to the Sotu. They lost last week, and I think they lost a few weeks beforehand or whatever. But 3 weeks running, NXT loses to AEW. This is time for celebration. What better way to do it than on your fucking college couch and telling everybody that you're, AEW's just a far superior product and closing the gap.
You're absolutely right, because all he's talking about is NXT. He is not talking about WWE. He is
no, of course not.
Roster. He won't say that out loud. And then if anyone calls him on it, he'll be like, well, I think it's obvious to any of my real fans, any of the smart wrestling fans, that I clearly meant NXT and not WWE. He'll say that in the future. But he's being vague because that way he can have plausible deniability, just like every other fucking moron on the internet who vague posts or does something crazy and then can say, you didn't even think, it's just Dave is much more internet literate than people give him credit for.
Right.
I fully believe that. So, all right, last one. This one's about the WWE fans.
They built an audience that knows nothing about business.
There you go. WWE built an audience that knows nothing about business.
So what if they do, or if they don't? I'd like to hear this man's full point. What's this idiot trying to say?
I'm just saying, I will say I've had much smarter conversations about business with WWE fans than I have had with AEW fans.
I would say so, yes.
Who seem to think that business means banger matches, right? Like that seems to be what their business means.
And they're running a business. You know, I mean, that's essentially the problem. Is they built an audience that wants what they want from an emotional standpoint of, we're tired of this. Even if it's working, we're tired of this. Even, you know, like even though, like, if you
what's he talking about?
Yeah, I got nothing.
When he talks about AEW fans, quote unquote, he is always talking about the smart fans online who do nothing but talk about AEW. He's not talking about the fans in the audience. He's not talking about the people who actually pay for the show. He's talking, whenever he says, like, the AEW audience doesn't like WWE anymore, he's taking cues from the online fan base.
Right.
But when he talks about the WWE fans, he's taking his cue from the fans in the audience, and he's saying, oh, they're just fucking pores. Like, they're they're casuals. They don't know what anyone's doing. They don't know any. It's like, why is it that AEW gets, you choose to represent AEW by their smartest, best fans that post online and have the best takes, but you choose to judge WWE based on the fans who want to go and yeet, right? Like, what? And by the way, here's what you don't understand, Dave, is that those fans, they don't care. They just want to yeet. The only people who don't like Cody and don't like that kind of stuff are the marks that you see online. So your point's wrong anyway, but let's let him hear.
You go to the arena, those fans aren't tired of it. But whatever.
Paying customers,
they're in a bad situation essentially right now. They're
Mm-hmm.
kind of like where AEW was a year ago, in the sense that
the people that don't pay for WWE, they're real angry. They don't really like the products. The ones that just sit there and watch on the sidelines, not really paying for anything, guys like Awful Wrestling, they are the worst.
WWE really has to worry about all the people that complain about them online that don't actually pay for the product or buy any merch, because they have way too many fans who actually do pay for the product and buy the merch and go to their shows. So they really need to fix their product.
Everyone is saying it's wrong and picking it apart. And in this case, that's the thing with WWE. It's like everyone is trying to pick everything apart, and it leads to a snowball thing. And
do you know why people aren't picking apart AEW right now? Do you know why, if you look online, people aren't focusing on AEW right now? It's because they're not watching AEW right now, Dave. No one watches anymore.
Not even a little bit.
Everyone stopped watching. No one cares. The people who watch are the same people who have always watched, and it's not the people that are online.
Yeah. The entire reason for my Thursday show success is because the whole basis of it is George and I watch and take notes and report back to everybody. So you can know what happened, know all the ins and outs and make fun of it, but not actually have to watch the show. Once people have figured that out, they would rather watch us make fun of it than watch the actual show, because the shows are terrible. We don't care about this great wrestling and 22-minute matches. Like, I would want to get a story that I want to sink my teeth into and care about.
No one watches. Awful. Do you think anyone watches? At least the people.
Yeah, I mean, 650,000 people per week do. I think the ceiling is probably 750,000, and not a human higher. But go ahead.
I was gonna say, I don't think that the opinions that Dave are getting are from the people who watch everything.
No, we talk about this all the time, man. Like, he is such in a bubble. Like the IWC, because that's what he's talking about. The the IWC only comprises of maybe let's say 3% at this point, at least in WWE land. You know what I mean? Like, sure, there are casuals that watch the content online and all that. But as far as like that fourth wall breaking information and all sorts of shit like that, no. All right, I'll be generous. 6% of the viewing audience knows who even Dave Meltzer is.
And I think that's for both companies.
Yeah, I mean,
so
it's not a lot of people.
I'll rebuttal a little bit. I think it's probably more of 6% of the total watching audience. Of the paying audience, I think it's less than 6%, though.
Oh, yeah.
Of the people that pay to go to shows physically, that are actually paying that money to go to shows, I think it's probably under 5%. Of the people actually watching it overall, it's probably under 10%, but it's probably a little higher. But, I mean, when you look at it, and what does WWE care about? The people who are paying to go to the show.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, honestly, I love our audience. I've said it over and over again. I think we have one of the best audiences in terms of interaction and just attitude on the internet. I really do. But I don't think that any of you actually pay to watch a lot of these shows, or that you find the cheapest way possible. And I'm not discouraging you at all. I just think that's the fact of it. I think it's that
this wants you to believe that everybody in the panel or everybody in the chat is this.
What do you mean?
Like I think you're putting your
I'm not insulting anybody. I will admit that I don't pay for a lot of the
little
stuff.
bit there, little bit.
I don't think I am. I don't think I'm being insulting at all. I think I'm saying that we have a very internet savvy audience, and I think that it's stupid for an internet savvy audience to pay $50 a month for a pay-per-view. I don't
for
do
a bad pay-per-view, this.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't do it. I don't do it.
But I do think there's a good amount of people that pay attention, that watch this show and that watch some of the stuff on my show, that do go to the shows, that want to enjoy wrestling. But yeah, you're not going to pay $50 for a terrible AEW pay-per-view.
Yeah, I don't think I'm insulting anybody. I think everyone in the audience right now is like, yeah, he's right.
They'd rather watch a watch-along or see somebody else talk about, because it's much more entertaining to do that with your friends than listen to than watch the actual shows. They are painful to watch.
You couldn't pay me to pirate AEW. True. I admit I don't pay for pay-per-view AEW or WWE. A lot of them are saying that they use Netflix, that they use a VPN. It's the truth. It's that, I watch what they offer on Max, but I'm not paying extra for a pay-per-view. I mean, that's just what it is. It's because, if paying was the only way they could watch, they wouldn't watch. The fact, I don't think
I did say earlier that motherfuckers wouldn't pay for $119 for a yearly.
Yeah, I don't think the piracy is a problem, because I think the people that pirate it wouldn't watch it in any other circumstance.
Right.
They're
not putting it on for like a pay-per-view party. They're doing it to just throw it on and do something else for their day. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's something. Yeah. Again, I watch on the pirate ship. There's plenty of people who just say, and this one I like the best. Okay. I pay for WWE pay-per-views because I have subscriptions to Peacock and ESPN for more than just WWE. And that's it. If AEW had their pay-per-views available, something like that, then fine.
And that's where we go back to what we were talking about earlier. Like, if AEW does have to leave Paramount or WBD or whatever they have to leave, where are they going to go? You're not going to find a service that's going to have other things that people are interested in, that's going to pay you money. Isn't, because how many other services are there out there that people, there's maybe Amazon possibly, but I mean, people watch Paramount because of the other sports that are on it. Same with Peacock, and now with Netflix with its shows and its sports. It makes a big difference.
People have Peacock for Office. People have Paramount for South Park. People have Netflix because it's Netflix.
Yeah.
And that's,
And then the sports packages are a huge part of that too. Like, I'm not a big watcher of a lot of sports anymore, but we know that live viewing, the only thing that still gets good numbers for live viewing is sports, because it's got to be watched in real time. All those streaming services have something anymore that brings people in.
Right. Speaking of that, awful, do I get credit for my I said that WrestleMania was going to be on ESPN as one of my predictions? Do I get credit since the first hour of each night is going to be on ESPN?
Sure.
Cool. Look at me. I'm so smart.
You've gotten
you get
credit.
W's too. You get L's, but you get W's too. No,
Somebody throw him a heart in the chat.
With AEW, though, it was because of whatever, it was hurting their business a lot. With WWE, I don't sense it hurting the business. But ratings are actually up. For Raw and SmackDown. And
wait, if ratings are up, then how's the gap closing? Wait. Wait a minute.
No sense. That's why I pulled this clip.
Wait a minute. Yeah, hang on.
It's like at the beginning of the thing. It's like at the start of the show, I said, you know what? AEW is doing terribly. It sucks. No one's watching. They're felted. They're on their last legs. And then I showed nothing but evidence to the contrary. That's the position that Dave would be in right now, because he just spent the entire time saying that business was down and they were terrible. And he's like, well, I mean, ratings are up.
Yeah.
And I mean, they just sold
WCW. Wait, what? God damn it.
Are you able to pull up Punk Rock Jay's comment?
Yeah, I can. Let's see here if I can. This one here. I think Tony Khan is going to realize how important casuals are.
Yep.
And
here's the problem. He's not he may be forced to cater to them, but now the question is, will the talent cater to it?
Or can he?
No, he can't.
Right.
Yeah, he can't. Because he himself would have to. Right. He himself has to be a casual. And since the moment he's laid eyes on professional wrestling, he's been a diehard.
I did not understand casuals before I had a kid who watched wrestling.
Yeah.
I didn't. I was a hardcore diehard fan. I went to Ring of Honor. I watched AEW. I was all in on that side of it. And then I had a kid and I realized there's more to this business than what I want, and yeah, it's the way it is. Let's finish.
Yeah, no, it's one of those ways of life where you have to realize, that's one of the reasons why when there's stuff that I don't enjoy on certain, I don't get mad about it, because not everything's geared towards me. I'm not the target audience for everything. That's right. And that's okay. You have to, it takes some adulting to realize that.
It's easier to understand and easier to take when it's WWE who is going after everyone than it is for AEW who claims they're going after the real wrestling fans. And I'm sitting here, somebody who's watched wrestling for 35 years, and I'm like, I don't like this. Yeah. And that means that apparently I'm not a real wrestling fan.
Right. We're dinosaurs. We should die.
Yeah, right, exactly.
All that dumb shit.
I mean, the only thing that everyone points to is Mania, and like I said, the Mania thing, it's like that's an aberration. You can't control traveling to the United States, and look, we know they overpriced tickets, and the hotels are too high because of them booking the same weekend as that big media convention. So there's a lot of reasons why.
That's where they cut the clip, by the way. That's where they cut the clip.
I was okay. I was like, what? That's a weird ending of it. No, it makes their social media team, crack social media team, just like AEW, man.
Right.
Great guys. Jeez.
All right. So we have a couple super chats here. We have let's go down here. I'm sorry. Let's see. I said that. No, I did. Yes, I did say that one. Okay. So we have this one here from CWJ for $5 for February 26th. WWE top 25 YouTube views are 31.78 million. AEW's top 25 are 2.19 million. That is a 14.5 to 1 ratio. Credit WrestleMomics. Our good friend Brandon Thurston.
Christ, that's a ridiculous. Where's that gap closing? Where's the gap? What's going on now?
I said for a while.
Once it's 14 to 1 ratio.
Oh, all right. Then it's closing. I mean, technically, legally, it's closing, but when it's still that big, I mean, okay, so someone threw, 1,000 pounds of dirt in the Grand Canyon. Great. It's still the Grand Canyon, bro.
Hey, Jake, I gotta urinate real quick. Go to Luigi Tron and start at his and do the last two, okay?
Sure.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Luigi, all right. What's he asking me to do? I'm looking at these things. I don't see anything that says Luigi Tron. What's he talking about?
I'm not really sure.
Yeah, no, but I mean, we can still just it's like super chats. Duh, my bad. There we go. I thought he was because I got the videos too. All right, Luigi Tron for $5. We thank you for that. Don't ever call TK Tony McCon. Through all of Vince's fault, and he has a lot. At least he made WWF, WWE a successful company. That's valid. Now, the reason I say it's because Tony's got all the bad traits of Vince, but none of the good. Like he just he acts like he just like Vince, he acts like he's the savior and God's gift to all of this, and he's just not. Like,
but Vince had a portfolio of 35 years at least before he came on stage. It was just like, I'm the king of the world. And, you know what I mean? Tony Khan was in what, year 5, and he was just like, we're fantastic. We're the best thing going.
And from year 1, Tony was like, I'm going to do this myself. It's all me. I'm going to do this. I'm booking this. Where Vince, yes, he did that when he took over too, but he had how many years of learning under his father or working with other promoters and learning from anyone else just a little bit.
And he had a circle. It was him, Bruce, and Pat Patterson.
And I mean, at the beginning, wasn't it like Monsoon was helping him?
Yeah,
too?
Monsoon, like, Arnold Skoland, like some real legends out there.
Yeah, I'm thinking like from the early 80s, because what was it, like 1982 or 83 when, like I think it was 82 when Vince fully bought it and took over. Like that, the group around him, he had legends. He was listening to other people. Where yes, he was the one to make the final decision, but he was taking input from legends, and I'm sure he was using what they thought. He had eyeballs watching him. He had Gorilla Monsoon, he had Arnold Skoland, I think he had somebody else, but they were under the watchful eye of Vince McMahon Sr. Like, report back to me and tell me what this kid is doing. That's how it's got to be. Yeah, and then when Vince Sr. dies, the people they want the if your friend passes away, you're gonna want to help their child. Like that's just normal. So you want to help and see it grow, and it's better for the business overall. Plus, for all of them, like Monsoon, better for his pocketbook too. So it all works out. But absolutely. That's been my issue with Tony from day fucking one. Is just he's so vocal about not wanting to take help from other people, and I got to run it all. It's all going to be me, and it's like, come on, man, you can't do that. He loves titling himself. He's like, I'm the promoter, I'm the CEO, I'm the CFO, I'm the general manager, and I'm like, so the fuck what, man? All those all failing. Yeah, all terrible. If any of it was good, then take the credit for it. But it's all just so bad. Oh, here we go. We got Chris Connor here. Oh, is this back? All right, no. Who cares? Right. Keep going. We need a power slap match between Evil Dis and Dave Meltzer. Dis can maybe go full evil and slap some sense. Can you hear me? Okay. Now we can. My mic got muted for a second. Oh, all right. I was gonna say, like, I had my mouse hovering over Chris's comment, and then it showed up, and I was like, did I do that? All right, cool. Okay. Chris Connor for $5. We need a power slap match between Evil Dis and Dave Meltzer. Dis can maybe go full evil and slap some sense into Meltzer. We're making 10K. Go for it. I mean, I think I could take Meltzer. I'm pretty weak. But I think I can take I don't know, man. He's buff at 74. Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to take anything away from Meltzer in terms of he's got a lot of time to work out. Yeah. You ain't kidding. He's doing good for himself. But thank you very much. But here's the thing: I don't think any sense can be slapped into Meltzer at this point. Like he's so far gone and delusional. Like I'd take a baseball bat to him. Yeah, I was thinking a cricket bat with the flat surface. And that's smart. That's smart. Yeah. Hey, do we? Jack Swagger is now power slap competitor. By the way, that would be fun to watch. My namesake, according to Grok. Grok thinks I'm Jake Hager. Dude, every time I hear when I saw that, the first thing I thought of was him because he runs a trucking company right now, right? So the first thing I thought of was Sylvester Stallone in Over the Top with the the arm thing in his truck where he's training and his winner takes it all, loser takes the fall, and he's driving the truck and he's training his arm. For the arm wrestling, like I just want to see Jack Swagger doing that Yeah, I need a Jack Swagger montage now. Yeah, no, and full '80s style. Like, yeah. No movies had better montages than Sly
with
movies.
a kid
Who,
he has to win Power Slap or else he doesn't get custody of his child or something. It'd be fantastic.
And in the match, the kid's got the purple hat on. Go get him, Dad.
Yeah, and he turns when I turn the hat around, it's like flipping a switch.
Playing serious.
I love
keeps, bro. We're playing for keeps.
I love Over the Top. No one can tell me that's a bad movie. It's a wonderful movie. And the Norm Macdonald skit with Sylvester Stallone was when Norm Macdonald's dying and Sylvester Stallone comes to save him, and he's like, "Hey, weren't you in that Over the Top movie?"
What were you thinking about making? Stop or I'm almost shoot. What are you doing? Yeah, that's a good skit.
And Andre Adams for $4.99. I can tell by Dave's face that there's no lotion in his house.
Yeah, you're not kidding. I can attest. So can Andre.
All right, I'm telling you guys, this show's going long. We don't need to hit 3 for 5 tonight. I'm fine with that, but we still have at least 2 topics that I need to hit because let's get into Trick.
All right,
are we cool getting into Trick?
I like that Tiss is on the train now with me. He's in the. I've been conducting this train for 2 years. So I love it. I'm on it. Let's go.
Okay. So you all heard me have my moment last week involving Trick Williams. And $50 from Colin Taylor.
Winner takes it all. Loser shakes his balls.
I can't do anything.
There's not much else that can be done. That was amazing.
I'm just giving you this, Colin Taylor.
Now, Perry the Platypus, feel the wrath of my thank you-inator.
Thank you, you piece of trash.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you! Oh, I suppose you want me to say thank you. But you know what? Saying thank you is like jobbing.
Okay, I'll end that there. Thank you so much, Colin Taylor.
That's awesome.
Let this be a lesson for anybody who's homeless. If somebody drops a 50 in your cup, you should have a video roll ready to go. Just pull out your phone or some little like tablet.
Good jig,
yeah. Like, here you go.
Guys, the show's not over. I know. It seems like the show's over.
Yeah, no, it's not over. Don't leave. We're still here.
Somebody said, "Oh shit, good night."
Yeah, we still got like 2 topics at least to go. If you guys want to, if you guys keep going, I will.
We're still rattling the cup.
Yeah, I got plenty of time, guys. If you want to keep going, we can keep going. I literally have 4 topics still ready to go. So, if you guys want to hear more, we are here. But anyway, we are going to the. Oh, thank you very much, Colin Taylor. I should mention that again. We are.
Yes, awesome. Thank you very much.
Okay, so Trick did a interview on the Breakfast Club. Now, Awful, would you like to explain what people are leaving? Like they literally think the show's over. The show's not over.
Well, you hit the wrong goddamn button now, didn't you?
I didn't. I hit the one that said thank you, but I didn't realize it was the last one. So
good God.
All right, Awful. Do you want to explain, or Jake, would you like to explain? Do you know what the Breakfast Club is?
We all know what the Breakfast Club is. It's
I know the movie.
It's an East Coast.
I live in Phoenix. I don't know shit about
it. I know what the Breakfast Club is, but
it's an urban radio show, hip hop radio show on Hot 97 in New York City, and it's hosted by a Latino woman, a mixed man, and a black rabble rouser named Charlemagne the God. And it's been on the air for decades at this point, and it's highly popular here on the East Coast and along the African American grapevines.
Like 50% of all the rappers that you've heard of getting shot happen after they appeared on the Breakfast Club.
Wow, okay. Now it's Vlad TV, but you know.
Oh, okay, that's Vlad. Yeah. I just remember back in the day. That's the way it was always. It was like if somebody went to Hot 97, it's like, oh, they're gonna get shot here, aren't they?
Oh God,
I remember that.
Put some respect on my name.
But no, I mean Charlemagne. We all know Charlemagne from his. He was the black guy that said that he didn't like Joe Biden, that he was being pandering, and started that whole thing for a while there. I think that's probably in terms of what the normies would know Charlemagne from,
and then ended up pandering. By the way,
yeah, but that would be what you know him from most likely. He also appeared on BET for a long time. He basically, like, if you know anything from Breakfast Club is Power 106, not Hot 97. Thank you.
Okay,
Boris.
thank you, bro.
Thank you, Boris.
There you go.
I mean, yeah, like Hot 97, Power 106, and Shady, right? That's the other one that are kind of like the three main ones that people.
Sure.
Anyway, so Trick got on there though, and I brought this for a very specific reason. And the reason is because we watched that clip last week and we saw Trick working them, suburban
working
moms,
the ladies,
working those wine moms all day and doing his thing. I wanted to see what Trick looked like in front of his, a more
in front of a mirror naked. This
no, in front of a different audience. Already? The people that watched that morning show, that Breakfast with Tiffy or whatever that show was called, they probably aren't watching Breakfast Club. So if Trick took that act and took it to a Hot 97 or a Power 106 or a Shady or something like that, it wouldn't go over well. So I wanted to see how Trick worked in that environment. So let's take a look at it right now.
They Lash Legend, both of you guys made it to the main roster. And I saw you talking about how like that was like a cheat code because y'all getting to travel the world and do all these things. So what's that been like?
It's been amazing, man. You know, she's with me all the time. When I say all the time. So,
anybody running to your house, that's the worst house.
And look, man, and people say like, oh, they be nervous. They want to make sure that their partner does well when they perform and everything.
Everything is different. Everything is different, except for one thing. And it's his relatability.
Yeah, I was just he's connecting with them. Right.
It's a different level. He's not coming in there to flood the studio. You know what I mean? Like he's coming in there to connect with these people. And he can change his attitude. He can change his lane. He can go to a different gear and work for the audience that he needs to work for. And there, it also hearing him talk about
Andre Adams. This is the equivalent of he's well spoken.
I didn't say that. When did Andre Adams say that? That's you. Don't blame Andre Adams on that.
I didn't say that Andre Adams.
Being able to like work with any type of audience that you were on, like that's one of the reasons why I'm a good recruiter. That when I hire people,
you know who I thought of immediately when I saw this is MJF. Because MJF has one gear.
Right. He's the same person in everything.
Right. He can't change for the audience. Like he goes on a morning show and he talks the same as he does on the red carpet, or he talks the same as he does on a wrestling podcast. He has no other gear. And when you look at Trick, who can just completely do a 180 and become this man over what he was last week, it is a talent that, like, oh man, I haven't seen people able to do it this good since like The Rock and John Cena.
God damn, fuck The Miz, huh? Anyway.
I mean, yeah. The Miz has one lane when he's doing press. It is, I'm Mr. Nice Guy. It is. He is always like, I play
that's game show host Miz.
Yeah. No, but
morning talk show host Miz is affable and he's relatable.
Well, no, it is. I'm a bad guy, but in real life, I'm a good guy. That's what he always is.
You see his wife and his child? I mean, my goodness.
I'm saying,
nothing to heal about there.
I'm not saying that Miz is not good at it.
Right, they got a TV
I'm
show.
saying that Miz does. He has. you know, he has the wrestling character and he has the out of wrestling character. And those are the two things he does. And he does them very well. And he's fantastic in interviews. But I couldn't see Miz going on Hot 97 and owning the room. Okay. I couldn't see Miz, you know, going on like Trick Williams in front of any audience you put him, at least so far. And I'm going to keep paying attention. But so far, any audience that he goes in front of, thank you.
Sorry. Yeah.
Anytime any audience he goes in front of, he gets it. And it's because remember a couple weeks ago, I was saying that Javon was going to be the guy out of the three of them. And Trick is just week after week showing me more and more. So
my fiance,
let's
she's sick.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Foot.
This guy.
You know what I'm saying? 195, 200, like basketball, you know, MVP, you know, Seattle Storm, all that. So I don't be nervous for her. I be nervous for everybody she in the ring with. You know what I mean? She like to fight.
Even Jade?
Jade don't want that.
Jade.
Look, I respect Jade, and, you know, she cool people, but there's only one Lash.
How did y'all meet?
In the business.
In the business.
Yeah, a lot of wrestlers date wrestlers. You know, that's just how it is. Like, you date where you at, you know. You know, that's a long other story. I don't know if we got time for that.
So, I mean, though, look, he's just so casual.
He's like,
so,
fuck.
like, yeah. He's just so casual. He's so like nothing. Like, this feels like he's talking to his friends, right?
Dish, you ever hang out with football players?
Yes. My brother was a football player. I grew up with football players. Yeah.
This is one of them.
Yeah.
Seems on par for me. You know, so
absolutely. But you know what?
Knows how to talk, knows how to get across his message. Arrogant.
Well,
cocky.
let's be very specific.
Sure.
He is a wide receiver or a quarterback. This man, he's not acting like a linebacker.
He's not an O lineman. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. He can blend into anything. Like, you know where you don't hear this a lot is from professional wrestlers.
Right.
Sorry,
read the comments.
I know.
The last legend better watch out for this.
They think I'm wet.
Yeah, you probably are.
You know what I mean? So, all right, let's talk about it. Okay. You know, so, you know, we at the PC. That's what we call where we train, the Performance Center. So I saw Lash.
How did I say that before that comment got posted?
Yeah. You know, and people thought we was talking and different stuff like that. But no, we was just cool. We was just friends. I tried to, you know, press some game on her, cut a promo.
What'd you say?
Nothing. I was stumbling. I was stuttering all over the place.
Damn. She wasn't.
Trick shot.
Yeah, and I'm a promo guy. Like, I like to talk.
Yeah.
And, you know, I went to talk to her. You and me together.
She wasn't with it at first, though, right?
No, she friends on me quick.
All right. So we don't need to watch this whole thing unless you want to hear the story of Trick and Lash. But
getting it on.
The point I wanted to make with this was that he really did do like it felt like an interview that somebody who's been in the business for 30 years does and has trouble with, you know? And I just, my mind is changing on who I think Trick has no ceiling. I don't see a point where you could stop this man. Like, I could see him in movies. I could, like, he just, to have this kind of this is coming from a guy who 2 years ago was saying that Trick is green, Trick botches, Trick, he isn't a good promo, Carmelo's the better wrestler. This is a guy who 6 months ago was saying Javon is the star, Oba's the star, Trick, you know, that's what I was saying, and I am humbled. You know, I think I don't see a ceiling for this man personally. I
think it also comes to that because Trick's a little bit older than Melo and Javon, so I think just when he got it, like, he really got it. I watched it happen on NXT. Like, you saw it a little bit towards the end of the Trick and Melo stuff, and then when they were feuding, it was like, no, the Trick was still green and rough around the edges, but you could see that the shine was there, that he was going to be the biggest star. And I still think Javon, at the end of it all, might be a bigger star longer term, but Javon's 21, Trick's 31. Like, there's a big difference within that. And Trick's just, I mean, he's literally got all the tools. Like Javon may get all of them with the gym, but he's still kind of skinny and young. But he's 21. Trick just has it. He's built. He's ready to go. It's insane that how quickly he figured this all out. And it's just, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he's in a title match at Mania next year. I don't know if that's too soon, but if they did it, it would work. Like he's figured it out. And they even tried to bring him up as a heel, and the audience was like, nah, we like this guy because he just has whatever it is, he's got it in spades.
No, and you know what? I'm not even gonna like shy away. Like people in the chat are like, "This isn't love." I'm telling you, man. I felt this way when I remember I went to Survivor Series, Deadly Game. Right, I was there when Rock turned heel, and like I felt that same energy. And I remember, you know, I was at WrestleMania 22 watching John Cena fight JBL, I believe, at that WrestleMania, and watching him, and he came out in the car and but like I felt like I remember feeling like this guy has it, man. And there is it is like my eye for this stuff. I get so excited when I see somebody who I realize this is the man that can carry the company for 15 years. You know, it does excite me. It really does. And I'm not gonna.
You go back to the bathroom there, Dis, or anything?
I'm not gonna hide from that at all. I think this man is a star.
Nah, literally I'm on my channel. I think it was starting in like August or September. Pretty much every video we posted, I'm like, is this the week that Trick gets called up? Even to the point where I was like making fun of myself with descriptions of like, you know, will Jake ever shut up about this? No, god damn it, because he needs to be called up. And he called up, and then if he had fumbled it from the beginning, I would have admitted fault. But I just, from day one, he's been and he's held his own with Randy Orton, with Cody Rhodes, whoever he's had promo battles with. It's all worked for him. It's insane that he's gotten this high this fast.
Yeah. What do you think, Awful? Has your opinion changed on Trick in the past 2 weeks?
No. Listen, we already know that Trick Williams, he's great. What else can be said? I mean, this said it all. I mean, goddamn, he's about to propose to the man.
I am just. This is what I sound like when I get excited about a wrestler for the first time. Okay, just to let everyone know. When I start getting excited about a wrestler, this is I'm gonna Trick, as long as he doesn't screw things up, I'm gonna be Trick Williams. The way I talk about like John Cena now is how I'm gonna talk about Trick Williams in like 5 years, right? Like
he's gonna cry when he retires, like AJ Styles.
Exactly. Yes, I'm going to cry as long as Trick Williams doesn't decide I want to go back and be a wide receiver or something. Yes, I will probably cry.
No, I don't. I think
if I'm alive,
say something.
There's a good chance I'll be dead. Let's face it, I'm probably going to be dead when Trick Williams retires.
Well, you said something too, like I could the movie thing or TV or something. I could easily see that being a transition at some point for him too. He has that look.
Oh yeah. No, more so, and that's why because when he first came in, I kept saying like he reminds me so much of Randy Orton, but Randy Orton wouldn't have gotten. He never became that mainstream star, and Trick absolutely can if he wants to be a mainstream star. So he already is, dude.
Yeah, he's getting there quick.
You know, it's not taking long. So, all right, we have some more stuff.
Did you clean up this?
Give me a second. No, I got. We have another thing. We have another main topic here. Will Ospreay, he held an event over in the UK for Eve Wrestling, and you know he shouted out his producers. Great, I think it's a great idea. And biggest shout out to my co-producers, Michael Oku, who fantastic wrestler. I don't think any. Nina Samuels, I don't know who that is. I'll be honest with you. And Paul Robinson. I can never forget how much work you put into making every match feel special. Great. I think that's wonderful. I like seeing people get the recognition they deserve. Except apparently
Start doing the collar pull.
The ear tug.
Yeah, the ear to Vince McMahon.
Apparently, Robinson has some allegations against him. Oh,
God. I just glanced at it, and the only name I saw was Jimmy Havoc. Oh, God. You don't want that in your paragraph. Oh, no.
The allegations against Robinson are as followed. By the way, I have to blow the screen up, so I cannot see the chat right now. So I apologize if you guys are calling me an idiot or something. I can't.
I'll keep an eye on.
Now's the time.
On December 6th, 2014, a group of us from IPW UK were flown over to Oberhausen, Germany, all paid for by Daniel Elder, or at least he paid for all of it for me. At this time, I was 16 years old. We spent the day being shown around the area by Jimmy Havoc. Whilst wandering the streets, Paul Robinson and myself started talking more and more, and it was really fun. We felt comfortable around each other. During the WXW show later that night, a show at which Daniel Elder purchased me lots of drinks. I think that should go without saying at this point. We both went outside for a cigarette together, and one thing led to another, and we ended up kissing. We were inseparable that whole weekend. In the following weeks, we would share phone calls together just to chat and hear each other's voices. Somehow, his children's mother ended up finding out we were talking. And sent me nasty messages. I was 16. Why would I want to be in a situation like that? We drifted apart and he eventually blocked me on social media, and that was it, really. Okay. Let's set the groundwork here. In England, 16 is technically legal. It is. I don't personally agree. I don't understand how that is still a law in effect in an entire country, but 16 is the age of consent. Does anybody here want to discuss the age of consent in England any further than that?
I don't think so. I mean,
Brits.
legality is legality. That doesn't make it
okay. So
creepy.
We're all in agreement that despite the fact that it might be legal, we're all kind of weirded out by it, right?
Yeah, I mean, didn't Jerry Lee Lewis legally marry his 13-year-old cousin? That doesn't make that weirder than it. It's still weird, dude.
There's plenty of states in the United States where 16 is legal, and we pretty much think those states are weird, right? So, that's the situation that we're in. So,
yeah,
Boris, the law is the law. Yeah, it is. Uh-oh.
Is that me? Nope, that's awful. I think it's awful. I think it was him last time.
Let's find out. Oh,
yeah, I just muted him into Tim.
Okay, it was awful.
Yeah, I just unmuted.
All right, awful. Fix your thing. We'll bring it.
Yeah.
Back. So we currently we all kind of agree that 16, while legal, probably not the best thing.
Not
in the
kosher.
world. He's not better yet. He's
still.
No.
He tried to come back. I didn't touch it that time. I just knew that last time it was him, so I went and muted. Yeah, no.
So let's look at Will
LK in the chat. Is that the PDF alarm? That's a good line. That's a good line. I got to throw that up there really good. That's a good line. That's a good line.
So Phil Robinson here had a response, and let's go through it. I wish it's.
He's back. He's good.
He's back.
Hello?
Awful, you back?
He's good. You're
I'm
good.
here.
Yeah, I was keeping an eye on the mute side because I was gonna. Yeah, you're good.
You had a hummy thing again. So.
That's It just starts. It just goes. Yeah. It does a straight hum. That's crazy.
Okay, so let's read what.
Oh, boy, this is long. Oh God.
What in the Linux is this?
Yeah, right.
Boris asked. By the way, Boris asked, 18 is the age of consent for alcohol. Y'all think that's wrong too? Are we really going to argue about age of consent, Boris? Do you really want to have that argument? Is that really where you want to go with this? Because I don't think that. First off,
I just have one question. I just have one question, seriously, and I don't want to hear the answer being love is love. What does a 25-year-old man have to do with a 16-year-old girl?
Thank you.
I'm just curious. I'd love to know. Love to fucking know. Tell me something.
If you wanna have a conversation about do I think that 18? First off, she was if 18 is the year of consent for alcohol, then she was being fed alcohol without being legal either. So maybe we should bring that up. She said she was 16.
Yeah, really.
But
smoking fags at the same time.
Yeah. So let's is you and Cumia asking me when I lost my virginity?
That's
25 minutes ago, apparently.
I think that might.
Week,
you know what? Air. You know what? That's a $20 super chat at least.
Yeah, we're not answering that for less than a yellow.
I ain't giving you that for free, buddy. You ain't getting.
I'll tell you my answer for 10.
I'm Jewish. I'll tell you my answer for 50.
There you go. All three of us hit the stereotypes. How about that?
That was great. That was just
for the person, for Lisa in the chat, who, by the way, thank you, Lisa. We're very happy to see you back here today. But she said 35. I have a 12-year-old son, okay? So it wasn't 35. All right, let's get into this. Here's Robinson's defense, and this is where he.
Oh God! So that's why this is this long. This is the defense. All right, lock it in. We're locking in.
On the 6th of December 2014, a group of us from. Oh wait, no, that's the same. I'm sorry, that's the allegation. Robinson said to start with this. By the way, you see a lot of typos in here. I did not write this. Okay, this is
Paul Robinson
writing.
British, by the way?
This is his writing.
I'm assuming so because he did the show with Michael Oku and Will Ospreay, and they're both from England. So I'm thinking like the rumors with the U. Some of it's not.
Can we get it in the British accent?
25-year-olds, Boris.
Am I
not
exposing
25-year-olds,
Boris
dude.
in this show? No, I was
None of
not
you
having sex with adults when I was 16. Actually, no.
That's the thing. Like, yes, I was at 16 with someone who was also 16, not someone who was 25. Jesus, that's the problem. It's not about the age, it's the gap.
It's not about the 16, it's about the 25, okay?
Ding, 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 ding.
And when I was 25, I would not have had sex with a 16-year-old. Period.
No, but I remember when I was like 16, 17, the dudes that were like hitting on the other 16. Yeah, I remember those guys. They were not.
I'll tell you a story about when I was 21 if you want to hear. We'll talk about that later. To start with, this is not being written as any form of attack. However, I do need to dismiss foul rumors and sheer lies that are being spouted about myself. I'm not going to dispute what Jess has been through. Jess is a victim, has been through more than most could take in a lifetime. And I'm hoping you see I know this as much as most. Okay, here's the problem. If you aren't real, right. if you're denying this, then you need to start immediately by saying you did not. You cannot say, I respect her rights as a victim. I respect what this woman has to say and what she's been through. No, if you didn't do this, you come out and you say, I didn't do this. You don't start by saying how fantastic this all is. Okay. This all starts with that Germany trip, a trip I did not even know of Jess's existence beforehand. I believe my first encounter with Jess would have been upon landing and being the only smokers. We went for a cigarette upon arrival. Yes, we spoke. After arriving at the venue, we all, as a group of about 8 employees, went out to a sports bar and got drunk. Whilst there, I did not purchase Jess a drink, which, by the way, Jess did not accuse him of purchasing a drink. But
no, she just said that there were drinks being floated. Yeah,
she actually said someone else kept buying her drinks. So I don't know why. Yeah, he felt the need to mention that. I did not even pass Jess a drink. We were all out as a group drink, no foul play. Now, she is also 16. If you're out as a group drink, maybe you should say something about the 16. Is there anyone here who would not speak about having an underage member of your party when you go to a bar?
You fucking kidding me? I'm leaving right that second, and not without shaming anybody who brought her in there.
Yeah, no, 100%. I had a friend in
Viciously.
our friend group she just turned 21 and came and like they make sure to no, this is legal, and it was still weird. Like I felt weird about it, and I ended up leaving that session. Like it was we were older. I don't know why she was brought around. It was weird. I was someone who was legally allowed to be there, but like I was 28.
I was at a party one time at one of my friend's house when I from work, and I went there, and I was 22, and I found out that there was an underage kid there, and I said he needs to go, and they said, "Oh, he's cool," and I said, "All right, I'm out. Bye."
Yeah, it's all right. Then I'm out of here because that's not cool.
Not cool. So,
I had a joke. I'm leaving it alone.
Yes, me and Jess were talking, out drinking. As the only smokers, we would inevitably find ourselves talking alone in the smoke. Don't be alone with a 16-year-old.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you have to be close enough to kiss her. Like I used to be a smoker, and that does happen where like there's only a few smokers in the group, and you kind of cling to them and hang out because it's social. But there's times where you can separate and you don't have to get close enough to where you can have a kiss session. Like that doesn't make it better, bro.
No, don't get yourself into a situation where okay.
Maybe use that time to be like, hey, should you be out here drinking since you're 16?
Yeah, you're 16 years old. Do you really think you should be smoking and drinking at 16 years? Like maybe that.
Just be that guy that's trying not to attract the 16-year-old girl's attention. If you can't leave the party or whatever the fuck it is, that the event, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
No one says that you have to fucking engage with this little girl. It can be hi-bye and that's it.
No, there were times at work when I would be around, underage, and I would make sure I was as far away from them as possible. Like it was just like, nah, sorry, can't, Yeah,
it's not even a conscious type thing. It's just like you're a fucking kid. Like what the fuck?
What do I have in common with you?
Right, exactly.
That's always my thing. Like, what do we have to talk about? What is going to be our conversation?
And even if we did, why would I want to fucking talk to you? There's fucking people my age around here. Like, it's like, what the fuck?
And then I'm sure I haven't looked at the chat in a bit, but I'm sure somebody's like, well, what if someone's like, 42 and 33? Like, that's not the same thing.
Give me a fucking break with everything.
Exactly. I'm just putting that out there now. That's not the same
because they're adults.
Exactly.
Their brains. And by the way, I have tried. I am 43 years old. I have tried to date women in their 20s. It is impossible. Okay. Because my cutoff is 30 because anyone younger than 30 is just impossible to have a conversation with for me. And it's not that they're dumb it's just, we have nothing in common. They're a completely different generation. They don't have the same experiences that I do. It's just,
and there's nothing even that like overlaps, like stuff to you that's nostalgic to them is ancient, and then stuff to them that's nostalgic to you like you never saw because you weren't in the age bracket.
Yeah, unless you have a fetish for it or something. I
mean, things for them, like things that are normal for us, is problematic for them. You know what I mean? Like that's what it all boils down to.
I do love this. Okay, if 27 and 16, okay, let's go the other route. Why not 19 and 10?
Fair.
Exactly. Okay.
Fair assessment.
Exactly. Let's see. From here, we went back to the venue where I proceeded to get ready for my match. At this point in the statement I made, made against me, Jess mentions elders getting her drunk. Now, again, she did not accuse him of getting her drunk. And this is part of the reason that I kind of buy it. This is kind of the reason that I buy it, is because if she was just coming on here to disparage him, she would have said, oh, he got me drunk. He gave me drugs. But she didn't. She said she said other unnamed people got her drunk.
She did say, I'm pretty sure she said elders, whoever that was, like Nicholas Elders or
I
whatever.
thought she literally
said that person financed the trip, and I'm pretty sure it was
I thought it was like Asian people where they say elders and they just mean older people.
No, I think it was somebody's. I think it's somebody's name.
Okay.
I'm pretty positive. I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
But still, again, she would have, if she just wanted to get at Paul Robinson, she would have said Paul Robinson. I had no knowledge of this. I was in the locker room attempting to put on an Osprey-style match together whilst drunk.
Oh, God.
This is the first time he has to cover. This is the first and last time I've ever performed drunk. I would never do
bullshit.
Exactly.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Thank you. That is another thing that makes me not believe what he's saying. Right? Like, just say, it happens. Like, why do you even have to mention it? We all know people wrestle drunk. We've heard stories about it forever.
Hey, do you guys know Paul Robinson's like size, like his height and weight?
He's
I pulled him up on Wikipedia for fun.
Go ahead.
He's 5'6", 140.
Are you kidding me?
No.
I'm
seeing the picture of him. He's 5'6", 141.
What did you say this?
Short king.
Yeah.
He absolutely.
Short kings are, some of those short kings are groomers. Like, this does none of this.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
none of this.
I'm
is
5'10".
Short
I am
kings.
average. Okay.
Now, 5'7" and shorter is the short kings, and 5'6" is like the definition of the short king. And oh my god! And somebody asked who is Paul Robinson. He was the bald guy next to Will Ospreay in the picture earlier.
Swing base. So this girl probably thought he was 16.
Probably.
Or at least like 18, 20. Like, I doubt she thought he was 25.
After the match, I was finished. I was extremely sick. I had a couple of beers. I fell asleep in front of all on the concrete floor in the middle of the locker room. So drunk that he passes out after his match. Okay. The next day, so he's claiming that it's impossible that he would have kissed this 16-year-old girl while smoking, yet he was drunk enough to pass out in the middle of a locker room in front of everybody. The next day at IPW, I continued to spend time with Jess. Stop. Okay, you're not drunk anymore.
Why was my question? Yeah, what are you doing? You were
most of which is in the smoking area. The above has already been covered. It's what preceded this day that has been left out. To briefly summarize the above, yes, me and Jess got close. Then why? Stop Boris, you don't want to get in Lawler. I will go on about how terrible Lawler is all day. Okay.
Yeah, when did we ever defend Jerry Lawler? Never once have we defended Jerry fucking Lawler. He is an absolute human piece of shit. Like, when did we ever? Just because they work for WWE doesn't mean we automatically defend him. We are not. That's not who we are. Ever once.
Okay, to briefly summarize the above, yes, me and Jess got close. Yes, we spent time together. At no point did I supply her with alcohol or get her drunk. You weren't accused of it. I did not groom or take advantage. It was definitely not a witness to her drinking during the show. I was in the. What does that matter if you've already admitted that you watched her get drunk at the show or at the bar? You watched her drink at the bar, so what does it matter?
Did you stop it? Did you?
What does it?
Did you help?
What does it matter if you didn't see her drink at the show? I don't understand why that matters. So Germany was the Saturday, and then we were in Kent for IPW the next day. After spending time with Jess over the course of the weekend, she has confided in me as to what had been happening with her life and what had been going on with the current IPW promoter. It was that guy, not me. It was that guy. I did not see this as an opportunity to act as a predator or be insinuated, as is being insinuated. No. I called her daddy. Okay. I called her daddy. I informed her father as to what had been going on. This is where I could have done better. I could have direct to his face in person. I told him what was going on. I had conversations with him and her mother on the phone, in person, and on Facebook.
Would you ask the mom what she doing on Saturday?
Why is he telling us this?
Yeah,
why does this have to do with anything?
I don't know. Why I don't have any idea. Why is this happening?
Now listen, I said some horrible and nasty things to provoke a reaction from him. Heads up, I've said a lot worse than what was posted. In hindsight, I should have gone straight to the police and not thought I could take on the world.
What would he be going to the police for?
Because she's 16, right? So what does it matter? I spent a lot of time.
And it's legal in the UK, isn't it?
Yeah, I spent a lot of time screaming from the rooftops as to what was going on at IPW. He was on. He wanted to tell the world about how terrible IPW was and the promoter. Except he didn't. He didn't post anything on social media or something where everyone in the world would know. Instead, he just told people's fathers.
He screamed it from the rooftops.
From the rooftops.
Yeah. And then elbow dropped to the ground below.
In front of fans and wrestlers alike. This resulted in me parting ways with IPW for up to a year. He was almost there. He almost left for a year. Okay.
From an indie promotion that probably had like 3 shows in that year. Like that was
so bad that he had to step away from a year, guys. Before new management take over, I believe it might not have been new management. I don't know. I think it was new management. It was enough to convince me to go to work with this PDF file. As long as they told me it was new. Not only did I not prey on Jess, groom, or take advantage, but I was the only one willing to speak up at the time, inform her parents, and challenge the current culture. I'm the hero, not you. I'm the hero.
Right. Jess's parents, I got some bad news for you. I've been boinking your daughter for about, I don't know, last weekend.
From Thursday last. From Thursday last, I was banging your daughter.
I'm a true bell end, aren't I?
Like, I was challenging the culture. Shut the fuck up.
Right.
I wholeheartedly apologize.
I plan on going to Thailand in the morning.
I wholeheartedly apologize to Jess, Joe, and their family if the actions I took, things I said and done were done in a way that hurt them or caused distress. That was not and will never be my intent. Okay, this is a terrible response.
But if I didn't, if the actions that I took didn't really hurt you or cause distress, I don't apologize.
This is a terrible response, okay?
Yeah, of course.
And if I am somebody working for a national wrestling company, I would just, not make the guy the producer of my wrestling show. It's that easy. It's that easy, man. There's thousands of other people who could come. You had Michael Oku already. You didn't need anyone else. You were running a show that had like 8 matches. Just use Michael Oku. You don't need this guy. Or you could find 1,000 other people in England that could do it. You had to pick the one that had the worst response to any allegations I've ever read.
And if you had to have him, okay, silent partner then, bro. Like, that's what you get to be. Like, I'm sorry.
Don't thank him on Twitter.
Right.
I don't know. Don't bring it up. Just let it go. Okay.
Say nothing. Like, if somebody else said, just ignore it. Like, silent partner, bro. Silent partner, bro.
The only man in England who could possibly produce a wrestling show. The only one.
Yeah, there's no one. There's nobody there. There's not a wrestling scene in the UK. Yeah, no, they don't know anything about indie wrestling.
WWE took all the rest of them. So
I remember when Jonathan Majors, the guy who was supposed to be Kang and the Avengers, like he had some accusations hurled about him, and no one took a picture with the man.
Yeah,
he was found innocent apparently. Still, no one takes pictures with the man.
I didn't see anybody taking pictures with Odyssey Jones, and he was
right.
Like, he was found not guilty or whatever with it, but no, still, people weren't taking pictures with him.
Dude,
like Hangman or
David Benoit exists, and nobody wants to get near him. That's all he is. He's just alive, and people are like, I don't know, man. Good.
Yeah. Like, and he's done nothing wrong.
Right.
Sorry, bro. Yeah, but this guy, it's fine. Jesus.
Yeah. No offense. No offense. If one of you two got accused of something and put out that response, I'd be like, hey, man, I know you. I don't think you did it. But that response,
but you're not helping yourself for any of us who want to defend you, brother.
It needs a different font.
Yeah, that ain't working, man.
Hey, they used my font on Raw last night there, Pally boy. I got pictures to prove it.
No, I'm talking about this computer shit jargon that we just had to look at.
At least run spell check.
Nice callback.
I was gonna say learn how to spell employee. Like spell check, because some of those spell checks were because it was like an English translator. It was like rumor with the U. That's not spell check. Okay, fine. But there was employee with no E. Like, you fucked up.
Yeah. Like,
no,
come on, man.
Offline died last night when I saw the font that I used for my thumbnails on TV. I was like, ah! I was roaring in my
like
house.
Leo DiCaprio in that one beam.
Once upon a time in Hollywood. Yeah, like, hey, I know that. And it was for back
That's it.
Back hair subtitles were in that font. I was dying.
So Will Ospreay, people started kind of looking into some of this stuff before.
So was this what? Oh, hang on, I'll let you go. I saw Mole post something. I didn't know if that was this about.
This is a couple years ago where Robinson posted on Twitter talking about how, someone brought up the allegations and he said, a number of female wrestlers requested that I be their agent on their match, and I was their agenting for them. And Will Ospreay,
that number's 0.
Yeah, Will Ospreay, of course, had to respond. Progress even did a full investigation. They found no wrongdoing. Proven innocent. Countless. Yes, because Progress Wrestling is the law of the land. You can't possibly get in a higher court than Progress Wrestling's management.
Do they have the powdered wigs and everything like you do in England? Exactly. Like Parliament with the gaffles and everything. All right, Progress. All right.
Order in the court.
Proven innocent. Countless of witness at the actual event. Once again, another person who has no idea that they should run, grammar check or spell check before they post anything. Also, she claimed that it happened outside while they were the only two outside smoking a cigarette. That's where she claimed they kissed. And he admitted to everything else besides the kiss. So,
once he found out there was no CCTV footage.
Right.
Deny.
Just threw you under the bus to save face with fans that don't even go to the show anyway. So he is now attacking the accuser. Attacking the victim of this. In 2022, when we were still Believe All Women, Will Ospreay online attacking the victim. Bookers even admit they were in the wrong and won't make it right. They won't make it right. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know. What?
What's making it right?
Yeah, like what does that mean? That's confusing.
Americans having more superiority over any country is crazy. Damn straight, America.
Lumping all Americans in together in the same boat is a lot crazier, dude. There's fucking 370 million.
We're all friends with Boris. We can make that.
Yeah, like we have.
There's one more thing here, by the way. Apparently, Will Ospreay.
Oh no!
This has come out in 2020. Helped blacklist another woman who was making accusations against wrestlers during the Speaking Out movement. Will Ospreay has responded to allegations that he was part of blacklisting Pollyanna from wrestling. Pollyanna has wrestled since 2018 and retired from full-time competition in December 2016. In November 2017, it was alleged that she was sexually assaulted by Scott Wainwright. On November 17th, 2017, Ospreay tweeted and deleted a message that read, "Think it's disgusting that people can use social media to accuse people of sexual assault. More than a handful of people know the real you. Trying to use your position to isolate and assault someone is pathetic." The message was allegedly about Pollyanna and Wainwright accusations, but never explicitly stated. Here's my thing, man. Here's my thing. I am not someone who's going to say believe all women or say that every accusation should be believed. I'm also not someone who's going to go online every time an accusation is made and say, this is bullshit, stupid women, fucking bitch, going on here talking bad about men, trying to bring them down. Ospreay kind of seems like that dude. And I know people like that.
You get a few up in them. Yeah, probably does turn that way.
Yeah, I know people like that. And I'm not even saying that I wouldn't associate with them. Here's what I'm saying. You can't get on your high horse and say that WWE is the Harvey Weinstein of professional wrestling and act like you are the most woke, straight-laced,
progressive.
We said it's Jinx, buy me Coke. You can't say that you are that and then not do anything about guys like Will Ospreay who say this and Hangman Page who pose with Marty Scurll. I'm sorry. That's it. If you don't want this kind of assault on you, if you don't want us to come at you like this, then don't make other accusations against other people and other companies. Don't get on your high horse and pretend that you're better, because all that matters to you is graps. That's it. It doesn't matter if these guys, if Chris Benoit lived, you would hire him, and you would, and you'd try to excuse everything that he did because he had CTE. I mean, he was a victim, really, if you really look at it. Like, that's what you do because you just want the great matches. So don't act like when we see Brock Lesnar and we go, yeah, okay, we want Brock Lesnar. You're not allowed. You're not allowed to come after us anymore. You're not. Unless you will speak out against this or speak out against Hangman. You're just not, and I'm sorry.
The High Court of Akadis has spoken.
I'm done. I'm done.
No, I mean, it's a valid point, because that's why it's all like it's complete fake outrage all the time with what they do on it, and it's because they just are so focused on AEW versus WWE. And I don't mean to call out Boris, but like right there where he tried to. They think we are the same way too, just because, yes, we like WWE more as a product because it's a more entertaining product to us. That doesn't mean everything that WWE has ever done and everyone who worked for them is awesome in my book. That's just not how it works.
I was a WCW fan exclusively from like 1995 until like 1998.
WCW is what got me back into wrestling in high school, 100%.
Yeah, I was a TNA fan exclusively from like 2003 until like 2009. 2010. It was when they went to Monday nights. So maybe even 2011. I was an AEW fan exclusively from the time they started until 2022. There is a thing in this world where it seems like the newer generation is so obsessed with like, okay, when we were kids, I remember there being people would make movies about, hey, did you see that there's the crazy Star Trek fans? They wear ears and they go to conventions and they speak their own language. It's crazy. And they make documentaries about that. Now, that's your next door neighbor. That's your friend. That's your kid's friends at school. That's everybody now. We are dealing with people who it's become so, the internet has made things so compartmentalized.
It's the Mallrats paradox. Because remember when Mallrats came out, it was everybody in the movie knew like all about comic books and all that kind of stuff and talked about it. And it was a complete flop because nobody in the world got it in 1995. Cut to like 2015, it's a super cult classic because that's where the world has changed into from the internet and like this whole thing of it. Like all of that became the norm, 100%.
Right. And it becomes something that people get so ingrained in that they have to defend it, even if it goes against what they would normally defend against. Right. If one of their people get accused of sexual assault, that's bad, or that's not bad. They're wrong. But if one of the other people get accused of sexual assault, they're the worst people on earth. It's this new world that we live in where you define your entire identity behind the things that you find entertaining.
It's selective hypocrisy.
Yes.
That's a
picking and choosing what it is that you want to be enraged about, having the mentality of a goldfish and completely forgetting about what you might have thought or.
Well, and it's not even just wrestling. Like you see it in like sports.
It's everything.
Everything.
Yeah, and like if a player like gets kicked off a team because of like a domestic assault or whatever, he's terrible, but then he joins your team. Oh, it's fine. It was politics. It was how he was. It was the police.
They're like, he can run a 4-3 package. I mean, what can you say?
Exactly. It's the same thing. You see that all the time, and that's like sports is the biggest one of it, where the person on every other team, they're criminals. Right. They're the worst things ever. They're taking money from boosters if it's college. Yeah. But then they're on my team. They came over to Chancellor Porter. Oh, he's amazing. He didn't steal that laptop. It's fine.
Right. And Swing says this is not new. Look at rock stars in the 80s. Yes, that was subculture. In the 80s, that's the thing. That's what I'm talking about. Subculture has become culture. It's become the way things are. So every single person has like 3 or 4 things that they connect with more than anything. Okay, they go, hi, my name is Dis. I like Harry Potter. I like Matchbox Cars. I like AEW, and I like this. And that is my entire personality. That's how people introduce themselves. It's they wrap their entire identity based on their fandoms. And because of that, they can't point out when something isn't great anymore. Yeah. Right? They can't point out the faults and things. Whereas
they don't consider, they have no nuance.
Right. Where you go back
no different perspective.
You go back to the late 90s and early 2000s, you look at guys like Howard Stern or whatever, and at least at that time, it was more of we'll enjoy it when it's good and we'll make fun of it when it's bad. And I think that is what me and Awful and Jake's generation is used to, which is why when we get accused of being sweepers or whatever, it's like, no, we're just making fun of the bad thing and we're not mentioning the great thing. You know what I mean? Like, or we're not mentioning, like, there's no point in talking about the good stuff because it's not funny. We're doing a show. You know, we're trying.
Right, it's harder to crack wise on it. Yeah, no,
right. 100%. So yeah,
but we'll try.
We'll try. But that's the thing, is that it's just like you like what you like, you don't like what you don't like. It has nothing to do with the letters before the show. It has everything to do with the quality of the show. And if one gets bad and one gets good, we'll switch in a heartbeat. You know, because we don't have. It's not about loyalty. And the fact that all these people, I noticed it, the first time I really noticed it was during the gaming wars, when people were like, well, I'm Microsoft, well, I'm Sony, well, I'm Nintendo. And it's like, okay, I have 2 of them and I bought them because they were on sale. Like, well, how can you be this diehard for $1 billion organization?
That's my thing right there. Like, it's for a company that gives no shits about you and only wants to milk you for your money. Like, and I went from having an Xbox 360 to a PlayStation 4. It was just a better they were better purchases for me at the time, but I didn't care what system I had. Like, it didn't matter to me. It was about what played better and what had better games that I wanted to play specifically. Like, it's having ties to a company. Just make, like, are you fighting over McDonald's and Burger King? Like, I don't know.
Right. There were tangible reasons why people preferred something over the other. I remember when Super Nintendo came out, fucking Genesis came out, and people were just like, I just kind of like the controls a little bit better on the Super Nintendo, or I like the feel of the controls on the Genesis or whatever. The graphics were a little bit.
Yeah, no, the graphics. I say the Genesis had the Mortal Kombat blood graphics. That's what I remember.
Yeah. And the Super Nintendo didn't. Like, that's as far as it went, but they were all like reasons that you could hang your hat on. Now it's just like, well, AEW just sucks or WWE is just great. I've always said this ever since this show was put on the air. Like, there's something weird about caping for WWE. Like, there's something very odd about, like, this $1 billion company's doing so great. I love it.
Yeah.
It's just like,
I admire it. I will say I admire it. I admire to see, especially when you have one company who's doing everything wrong, to see the contrast in a company that actually knows how to run business. I do admire good business done right. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to say that the Seth Rollins segment yesterday wasn't stupid. You know, like, I'm not gonna sweep for them or anything. I don't know. I've always had like a weird obsession with business, like just seeing that's always been very interesting to me. I've liked, you know, most of the documentaries that I was a big fan of The Big Short when it came out, you know. That's just kind of my lane. So
right.
I am interested in seeing what WWE does with their business and how they're making so much money. But I'm not going to sit here and act like everything they does is fantastic. And it seems like AEW fans and a lot of WWE fans, the ones that focus on, the ones who identify themselves as being AEW or WWE fans, will completely ignore anything bad at any point in time and just act like everything is good all the time. And maybe it's a generational thing. Maybe it's because I'm not I wasn't even on social media at all for like 6 years. You know, might have something to do with that. But I just don't understand that mindset of defining yourself by what you consume as entertainment.
Right.
It doesn't.
It doesn't compute to a Gen Xer.
No. Yeah. And I'm not a Gen X. I'm a millennial, but it still doesn't compute to me.
Homo.
I can't help it. You know how many times I made my nephew upset because he's a millennial and my brother and my sister are both Gen Xers. And whenever we'd all be in a room together, if we were talking about something, I'd be like, well, as a millennial, I have to say that my opinion, and I'm like a millennial by a year, and he's a millennial by 12, you know? And
you're like to us, and he's like, don't us with me.
To us millennials over here. And I'm you old guys over there.
I'm a little older than you, so I'm like right on that weird cusp where like half of me is Gen X and half of me is a millennial.
Jake, me and you, and I think Awful, we're called the lucky ones. Have you ever heard that term?
Yes. Yeah,
The
because
lucky
we had
ones?
the analog childhood, but the digital, like we grew.
Yep.
Yeah, we were able to trend. It's why I can like we can still adapt to technology, even though it's out of our range. Like I can figure if you give me clear instructions, I can figure out just about any technology because I learned how to grow up with it. I remember when the computer lab had like 2 computers and they were pumped, and then by the end of high school, they had like actual Macs and stuff.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I remember a time where you could make your own games.
Oh, Max makes his own games.
Yeah, I mean, on like the Commodore, I think it was.
I must say,
64.
We are the greatest generation. I don't think anyone would argue that. I've never heard that phrase.
Greatest modern generation. we got to give it up to the actual greatest generation.
You're right. Dave Meltzer's
motherfuckers went through two world wars and fucking.
Yeah, they're all dead. They're not gonna come back. We can
get those guys.
I'm kidding.
Wow.
Hey, they're not listening. They're not listening.
They're not listening.
That's for sure.
Boomers.
No, not boomers. Let one of those guys.
The boomers.
Someone from WW2 send me a super chat. Send me a super chat, and I'll defend you. Until then.
Yeah.
But yeah, if a greatest generation can figure out a super chat, I'll base my whole show around it.
They're still trying to figure out how to fucking manage the Roku control. I hit something, honey.
They've been off the internet since they canceled dial-up a few months back. Like once dial-up was over, they're like, it's done. I can't do it.
And yeah, 99% of the time that I hear from my parents, it's my dad asking me how to control the Roku. That's like you always hear about like parents getting on their kids' cases about never contacting them unless they need something. And here I am every time I go over to my dad's house because I have to hook up a DVD player or some shit. You know,
my mom, God rest her soul, I used to have to put Post-its on like the remotes, the consoles, the TV. Like your password is 1682.
We used to rent videos from Burke's Video, and like every time my dad wanted to dub a video, and this is when I was like 8. He wanted to dub something. He'd come bang on my door and he's like, I need to hook up the thing to the thing. And I'd have to come out and hook the VCR into the VCR and do that shit. So.
Had to like block the other buttons on the remote. Just channel volume. All you need.
Hilarious, because I'm just going down memory lane. And we always used to get mad, like internally, like just be angry because just like, we thought the project that they wanted us to do would be like 4 or 5 hours. It's just like 2 minutes, but it's just like, God, what a waste.
Because they make it out to be like, I've been working.
That's right. What'd you do again?
I can't figure it out.
Yeah, right.
Been working on this.
I got shit to do.
You go over there. It's like, Dad, you had to.
I can't figure this out.
Yeah, Dad, you had to hit the input button.
Yeah.
Okay.
You had shit to do, but you want to watch Murder, She Wrote right now. Like, what's going on?
Why did Fox News work
the
on
wheel? I'm missing the wheel.
Right.
My grandpa. Okay. My grandpa had a like a $1,500 satellite dish. Like, and this is like 80s money. That was one of those big monster satellite dishes in his backyard. You remember those? And he had a giant one in his backyard. And I remember seeing it, and I'd hear all these stories. My brother would always tell me, if you have one of those big satellite dishes, you can get anything you want. You can watch TV from New York. You can watch all the wrestling, everything you could ever want. If you have one of those satellite dishes. So I'd always be super excited about being able to go over to my grandpa's house and on the off chance that he'd let me use that satellite dish. Here's the thing. We couldn't touch the satellite dish because it was aimed at the exact location he needed it to be in for him to get the Nashville network. Dude. And if we touched it and moved it off the Nashville network, we were getting whipped. So you came over to my grandpa's house. He had one TV for the local channels, and his other TV was for the Nashville network. And if you touched it, you got kicked out of the house. Period. Case closed.
My mom thought that the internet was something that you pay for by data. I don't want to be on the internet too long. What's going on? I'm running on my data. Yeah, right.
The cell phone
what the hell?
You only had so many texts. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
So I had to go downstairs and get on my knees in front of the TV with the dials on it and try to find, Ultraman or whatever I wanted to watch instead of going upstairs and using the $1,000 satellite dish that he spent all that money on that was made for one channel. Those were the days, man. I hate, I always remember when I was younger, I'd be like, I'm never going to be the guy that's like back in my day. I am totally the guy that's like back in my day with Max. Constantly. He's if his tablet dies, I'm like, are you kidding me? Dude, you could turn on any TV in this house right now and watch whatever you want for as long as you want. I had to rent VHS tapes from, Schnooks if I wanted to watch something that wasn't local TV. I constantly doing that, and I feel so old. But
Yeah.
We have a point, damn it. Not like those guys back then.
Yep.
I think we've reached the end of the show. Let's get through this last super
We're
chat.
rambling on like old men. Yeah, it's probably a good.
I had fun. It was a fun show.
That's good.
I had fun talking to you guys.
I was enjoying it. I just, sound like old dudes.
Anthony J for $5. I hope you liked my Tony video I made with the kids from Animaniacs overlapping Tonys. I did not see
Oh
that.
yeah, I saw that he posted it on X and tagged us. And yeah, it's Tony talking, but the kid from Animaniacs.
Oh, I did see that. I did see that.
Yeah.
Because we were talking. Yes, I did.
Yeah,
see
no, that
Okay,
popped me.
okay.
That was great.
Yeah, because that was from This Is Awful, right? No, that was last week on Tooney Talk.
Yeah, one of the times we watched. I mean, it's what Tony always is doing. Every time it's Tony. That's what he's doing. And then
I had a Tony video, but we're not going to get to it tonight. Sorry, guys. Sorry. It also had 3, 4, 5, which, by the way, people seem to like last week. People seem to dig the 3, 4, 5 segment.
Yeah, it was good. That was fun. We did that as well. I like
but
that.
we were just rambling like old men for a while, so we couldn't get to it. Jake, what do you got?
Yeah, just my YouTube channel, youtube.com/@AltJakeTakesOn. You can also find me on Twitter. If you just search Alt Jake on YouTube, we have enough subscribers now where I think we actually just count and pop right up there for it. But yeah, we've hit our 500 subscriber mark and we are on the march to 1,000. We do a live show every single Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern where we review all of AEW Dynamite, every match, every segment, all the bullshit. So you don't have to watch it. We'll tell you everything that happened so you can, make fun of the sickos online. We make it fun though. We find comedy in it. We find the stuff that we like and put it over where we can. And then we do a Sunday show at 8:05 p.m. Eastern on the Alt Jake Takes On YouTube channel. That's more of a roundtable discussion show where we'll talk about whatever's going on. This one we talked about NXT Vengeance Day. This Sunday, obviously, we'll talk about it'll be during Revolution, so we'll have that on during it, but we're not going to do a watch along because I can't watch a 5-hour AEW pay-per-view. I just can't.
Oh, is that this weekend?
I believe so. I believe it's this Sunday. Yeah.
And it's Sunday.
It's our 1 year
Okay, we don't have
anniversary
to
of
worry about
Spaces. Yeah, it's our 1 year anniversary of Spaces, and George and I have been like, we want to do a celebration for that. So we just decided I'll put it on TV. Like I'll put Revolution on, but I have no intention of like sitting down and watching it beat by beat. It's too long. But it'll be fun. Come check us out. Yeah, subscribe to the Alt Jake Takes On YouTube channel. That's my biggest ask.
Awful, what you got?
You can catch me on Twitter at Awful Wrestling. You can also catch me on my YouTube channel, Awful Wrestling. I know you guys have subscribed, but tell a friend to tell a friend.
AEWful.
Yes, AEWful Wrestling. Tell your friends to tell a friend, and also condolences to the family of Miss Williams. Rest in peace, Miss Williams. You were a great friend, and you will be sorely missed. And you can also check me out every Tuesday on Tooney Talk Wrestling.
All right. And once again, I'd like to say that our thoughts and prayers, in addition to that, go out to Ewan Kiyomiya and his family for his recent loss.
We love you, Ewan.
We love you, Ewan. You're a big supporter of the show, and without people like you, we would not be doing this. So I just want to tell you that, we give you crap sometimes and stuff, but we all love you guys. Anyone who's in the chat, Boris, we went back and forth with you, but we got you. Matt Buswell, thank you for not doing the San Fran Twink Show BS. That's Saturday, because I'm doing a whole expose on T-Boy Wrestling, and I think that even if you hear the topic and it turns you off, I think you might still want to join, because it's pretty crazy.
Watch this, and awful turn you on.
Pretty crazy what's going on over there. So, but yeah, thanks for tuning in tonight, and we will be back here next week, same time, same bat channel. So, thank you all for coming out, and until next week. Now get out of here!
Now, Perry the Platypus, feel the wrath of my thank you-inator!
Thank you, you piece of trash.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you! Oh, I suppose you want me to say thank you. Well, you know what? Saying thank you is like jobbing. Thank you!
I got a little message. Thank you. Ooh, yeah.
Oh, thank you! Oh, thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you!
Thanks? For what?
Hi-ho from all of us here at Tooney Town. Thank you!
And viewers like you. Thank you.